We're live again, baby. Let's roll. Let's
All
roll.
right, so I'm
Let's
driving in the
roll.
car. I'm listening to Howard 100, John Hein and Gary on the wrap-up show, and Ralph's on there discussing, kind of like his side of things about when he comes to my house.
I
And,
hope the
I
audio
kind of gave it to
issues
him
have
pretty
been
good yesterday.
resolved.
So I'm listening. I go, I'm yelling at the radio. I go, what is the number to that wrap-up show? So I call in. So here, this is what I was listening to. This is Ralph, okay?
I don't know what he's talking about, selective memory.
Boy.
I said that I remember the day's events. That's why I'm saying I was not fucked up on pot or alcohol. I wasn't bombed, and I wasn't all fucking smoking all day. I smoked some pot at like 12 in the afternoon or something, and that was it. That really, it doesn't make you sick. And I was supposed to come to his house the day before,
Right,
though, except I had a horrible headache because I hit my head, my neck, and the back of my head. Everything just kind of hurt on my head, and that's why I didn't come out the day before. It was legitimate, you know what I mean? And then when I got back, I went to the emergency room and, had a head scan, whatever the fuck you call it, a CAT scan and everything. And so, I was freaked out by the whole situation. So again, I mean, and yeah, I would, I think if something like that happened to a friend of mine, I had a friend of mine come over and something like that happened to him. And I felt bad for him,
Yeah, sure. So anyway, so I'm in the car steaming, man. Steaming, man. Yeah.
Quick question for you: If Ralph really thought he had a concussion, why would you even venture to go out?
Because he had no concussion.
Right.
I mean,
the doctor's going to look in
him.
your eyes, and
They
he's
found
gonna
nothing
see,
wrong with him.
Right.
So anyway, he's just using that as a excuse.
And why would you smoke pot?
What? Right. Oh, and he was
Right.
running
That's an
around all
excellent
day.
point.
He was drinking all day.
Here's the deal.
Charging all around.
I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody else. I'm one of the few people who must be allergic to pot because every time I smoke pot, I pass out.
The worst drug experience I ever had was on weed. Really,
Me too. So then I'm sitting in my car just like you guys here. I was fuming mad, and I call in, and I'm.
The thing with Ralph is no big deal. But the fact of the matter is, when he says nobody cares about him, I don't remember, I remember it a different way. He said to me, bang his head. I called him up. I said, why don't you come out and recuperate? And the fact of the matter is, for 2 days, he didn't throw up. When he went to the hospital, guess what? There was no concussion. He didn't have any concussion. For a guy who had supposedly a concussion, he was running around. He was smoking, drinking. He was so drunk that night, he couldn't even remember the night.
See, he says he wasn't that drunk.
He was drinking the entire day. He was so hungry from his not eating because he never eats. He started to eat and eat and eat. I mean, he ate an inordinate amount of food.
He ate an entire jar of peanuts. Like I'm talking about the big giant, big giant oversized jar of peanuts just after dinner, after dessert, and after everything else.
So he had a full meal.
Oh, he had tons of food.
It doesn't matter food. Eating a wrap and some potato chips.
You didn't eat. No, you didn't eat a wrap. We had a dinner
guys,
that
is
night,
my audio
and you
fine?
were
You guys hear me
ravenous,
okay?
and then you ate nuts the whole
You
night in
hear
the
the show
basement
okay?
with
Can you
me,
hear me okay?
and you were just eating one thing after another. And desserts, you get so hungry from not eating. You think And listen, you're no skinny marink yourself. You got man titties now that are pretty big. You're a little chubby.
So it's not. No, I really don't. You're
Yes,
really
you
much
do.
bigger than my man.
No
titties.
offense. No offense.
No
You know,
offense.
I'm
No
a little
offense,
heavy
man. You
too,
might
but
want to slow down on the food.
no, you're telling me.
Now he's telling me to slow down on the food. This fucking guy eats more than I see him with his shirt off when he swims.
Right.
He's got big man boobs.
But why are you two, are carrying on like
I don't
this
know.
about your physiques?
I don't know. He started in with me that I'm fat. You see me. Do I look that fat to
you're
you?
not fat at all.
Right.
That fat.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds like broads, though.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, you guys telling me I'm fat.
Why are you saying that I don't remember the day? I remember everything that happened that day.
I know you were smoking all day.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
I was smoking it. I smoked a little bit in the afternoon. I smoked some pot in the afternoon, like 12 or 1
If I had a
o'clock.
head injury, I wouldn't be smoking, and you were drinking all night.
Yeah, I had some wine at dinner.
I thought you said you didn't drink.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say,
okay.
You're making it
I heard
sound
you
like
say
you're
that.
making it sound like I was drinking voluminous amounts of.
No, but you were drinking enough that you couldn't even You told me you were drunk,
But
and
that's
then
not. But do you understand that? Do you understand that that's not enough to make you black out?
when you went to the hospital, you didn't black out. When you went to the hospital, they took a CAT scan of you. There was nothing wrong with you.
and there wasn't, right? But I mean,
Yeah, you had no concussion. You're telling everybody you have a concussion.
Wait a second. You're
You know
telling
head
me you're telling me that you could throw up in the middle of the night and not remember it, and that's not a blackout?
No, I said you drank, you smoked, you overate, and that caused you to throw up, not a head injury. If you were throwing up from a head injury, you went to the hospital. They would have said you have a head injury.
I threw up that night in the toilet before I went to bed.
Yeah, I mean, it went on and on and on. I was going berserk in my car. I had to call in. I think they sucked me in. It went on.
Ralph, you're always sick. There's always something wrong. Every time you've been to my house, you've been sick.
Well, maybe you just make me sick.
The one time before that, you had diarrhea. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right. So that was a whole big thing. You had diarrhea. Listen, I don't mind. I'm just telling you, you're a difficult guest. There's constant situations. You're either getting lost. You're screaming at people, where's my address? You have to take buses back in the middle of the night. You can't find your home. Certainly saying to people lunch is at noon and dinner is at 8 is very gracious, and that's not sitting and eating constantly. Most people have 3 meals a day. It's pretty much the standard. You don't have to eat the meals, but then again, you don't have to keep wrapping things up, looking for saran wrap. I'm just saying you're high maintenance.
I did that once. I wrapped up a sandwich so I could eat something later.
And it's like while I'm eating. Do you know where the saran wrap is? Do you know where the ice is? Do you know where I can get a cup? Do you know what I mean? Ralph, you're high maintenance. Just accept it.
Well,
you're high maintenance.
I don't know.
High maintenance.
You're pretty high maintenance yourself, Junior.
Well,
all criticism is self-criticism.
Well, I'm high maintenance, but I stay at my own home. I'm high maintenance, but I stay at my own house. That's the difference.
Right, and so do I. So stop inviting me over.
I'm just saying you're a high maintenance guest, and I did stop inviting you over. That's why you're all ragged out. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, who want to invite you over. I'm just not one of them.
Wow.
No, the guys are. I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying he's impossible.
I got ugly at the end.
And he goes, "Well, you're high maintenance too." I go, "Yeah, but I'm not asking you to entertain me."
And how is that even relevant?
It's not.
Right.
If I'm high maintenance, it's because I admit it on the air.
You're high maintenance because he's in your house throwing up all over your furniture.
I don't know how I'm high maintenance.
Vomit-covered sheets in your washing machine.
Well, he gets pissed at that.
He's never
chunks in your
He's never been.
He's nuts.
He says I'm high maintenance. I've never asked him to maintain me.
Ralph doesn't have to maintain anybody.
No. I mean, it's crazy.
Only thing he has to maintain is his barbed wire poster.
I got all charged up.
Yeah, I don't think you're making it clear that one of the things he said was if somebody who was a friend of mine was throwing up in my house, I'd be concerned about him.
Yeah.
And it was like, you were not concerned.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was concerned enough to say to the guy, why don't you come out and recuperate? I didn't know he would be vomiting all over my house. And I wouldn't even mind if he vomited because he had a head injury. He was vomiting because he just totally abuses himself.
I think the thing that really...
Come on. That really what, Fred?
Trading small caps? Sometimes you get the bear. Sometimes it gets you. Daily 3x leveraged ETFs from Direction. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's objectives, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus at Direction.com. Read carefully.
What really gets annoying is that he's just so fucking belligerent.
Yeah.
After he's done something, and he's gonna play victim. Oh, I hit my head. I hit my head.
Right, that is a trait that he has that's annoying.
Right.
If he does something that's clearly wrong, when you call him on it
we
once,
all
he's like,
do
okay.
it. Here's the deal.
You say something else, he gets mad that you're mad.
We all do it. I mean, we all get caught on our shit, and when people call us on it, we fight it. But then after a while, you got to go, I fucked up.
I'm just merely pointing out every time I've had the guy to my home, whether it's a rental home or my home, there's a huge thing that happens.
Right.
It's just the way it goes with him.
And I'll venture to say he's the only one that does that, correct?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with anyone else.
Right.
He just has a problem. And I love Ralph, but I'm just, it's just not a good idea for him to be spending a weekend with me.
He suffers from that syndrome that a lot of people who are like single, that live by themselves for years and years and years, they get into their own behavior.
Look, we take him to a
Ralph
restaurant
was spending another weekend.
He just never even ordered. He's like, do you have the pepper? Can you bring that over in a bottle? Can you bring ice? Can you bring a glass? Can you bring, can I have a separate garlic with my, can I have just pieces of lemon? And then can you bring, and it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Guys, make it easy on himself. Stay home and cook it the way you want it.
How come when Artie orders a lot of ice, it's not a big deal?
Yeah, but it's like the guy says,
I
you
get
want something
shit
to
for
drink?
how I eat all the time.
No, he says, the guy, give me a Coke with a lot of ice. You have I need a separate glass, half a glass of ice.
I just want to make the point that
it's like a whole thing.
That I got sick at your house, and
because you abused yourself. It was just one more thing.
And you were saying I abused. I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did, Ralph. I watched you.
I ate how I normally.
You drank, smoked pot all day. You ran around all day. You don't feel good, and you just keep abusing yourself.
And I don't know what started all this week. You're like a horrible host. Who has somebody at their house?
That's right. I'm a bad host, but you're never going to have to be subjected to it again. Trust me.
And then talks about how bad they are.
Yep.
Like, what's that all about?
See, this is Ralph's move because he turns it on you.
Yeah.
Who shows up to a house and acts poorly?
Right. It's not that. It's just that I'm a bad host.
Hey, Ralph.
Why you attack me now, Gary?
No, I'm just saying, like you don't.
Me there for 2 or 3 days.
Wait, Fred hit it on the head. You're belligerent, and you turn it around. You're always the victim. Instead of saying, "God, it was really fucked up." I know you've apologized, but you apologize and then you attack.
Yeah.
Apologize and attack.
Or if you were really, really sick, you just leave it at that. You know, dude, I'm sorry what happened.
He wasn't sick. He wasn't sick at all.
But what you do is you attack Howard.
The dude was running around on a beach all day. I'm telling you, if he was sick,
I thought the doctor
he was fine. He drank, smoked pot.
I think he's got a substance abuse problem and he doesn't want to admit it.
I agree, because every time he's been out to my house, he either blacks out. This is like already the third blackout,
right?
Where he doesn't remember how he ended up back in the city.
Well, I mean, look, classic example.
How he got anywhere.
Classic example of that is where Artie had to lend him $300, to make sure that he got home somewhere.
He doesn't know the girl he was
couldn't
dancing
find
with.
where you lived, and he had to go all the way back to Jersey.
Because Ralph, you would admit at this point that you were okay for 2 days. You went out there, you threw up, and then you had the CAT scan, and it showed nothing. So you probably would admit that at this point that it wasn't the head injury that made you sick, right?
It's just kind of gross. It's always issue. The one time he goes, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling good. I've been having diarrhea all day. And it's like, do I need to know? Like, he's diarrheaing all over my house. Like, who? Does he ever just come out and be normal?
Let the homie shit, Howard.
Yeah, can you ever just be normal?
Let the homie shit.
Can you be normal? Who knows what you're up to?
Hey, I got a question for Ralph. Is it true that Artie, this is a lunch story, Artie took everybody out to lunch at Del Frisco's, and they said Ralph ordered a bunch of food, but he asked for it to be wrapped up because he didn't feel like eating with everyone?
Right.
That's Ralph. That's someone else telling you that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You told that story before there.
But that's Ralph.
I left what I didn't finish to go.
Ralph.
He's got another move too. Like, you say, okay, lunch is at noon. He wakes up and goes, he waits till about 11:30, and then he starts eating breakfast. So that he doesn't. Then he goes, well, and here you've prepared lunch and it's a special one. Oh, I can't eat that. I just ate. You guys eat too much.
You do.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not the one vomiting all over after I eat. So So for someone who's worried about eating so much, you're eating jars. You're so starving yourself all day. You're eating jars of nuts, potato chips, fucking grease, and everything.
Just keep talking over me.
Well, you got nothing to add.
To make your point. That's fine.
Look, man, I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you, you're too high maintenance for me.
I didn't say you were mad. You're the one who brought this whole thing up again. I thought we were done with it.
Well, the guys wanted to hear when I called into the wrap-up show.
No, I mean Monday or Tuesday when you started in on this in the first place. What'd you start in on it for?
No, I think I know what happened. I think it was a phone. It was precipitated on a phone call that Ralph might have made to the wrap-up show, where he was saying that you'd changed.
Yes, that's right.
Am I getting the sequence
That's exactly right. And I said, you know what? The only thing that's changed is I had Ralph out to my house.
Right.
It's the only thing that's changed.
I think you were explaining what happened.
Right. So Ralph brought it back up. And now I'm back on it. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Fred.
I said to Robin when we were hanging out, I said, Howard doesn't want to hang out with me anymore ever since I threw up all over his house.
Right.
Well,
you brought it up.
Then you
so I defended myself.
Up on the air. I brought it up to
I'll hang out with you. I just don't want you sleeping over.
No, you had a dinner the other week. You didn't invite me to.
It wasn't for you, Ralph. It was for my guys who work with me here who don't like, JD and Fred and Artie.
Right. That's why you invited Ross.
Ross was not there. I didn't invite Ross. You're wrong.
He couldn't make it.
Wrong.
I don't know.
I did not invite Ross.
He wasn't invited.
That's not what I heard.
His name was brought up and then taken off the list.
Yep.
Whatever.
As was Ralph's. Ralph's name was brought up.
That's right.
Gary.
I said Ralph gets to go to everything. Let's make it about something else.
Go to Don Rickles. And you're like, why?
I was going already.
Why are you following me? So you're going already.
Because Stamos told you I was going. You were trying to jump in on my action.
No, he didn't. See,
yes, he did.
No. See, why
I know
would
you
think that?
Pat it.
Like you're a friend. Why would you think that? If Artie said that, you go, oh, yeah, cool. I want to go. Let's go.
No, I would meet you there.
No.
Why all these comparisons?
I don't know if he's all every minute with Artie.
I miss his.
You know what? I see Artie as much as I see you.
I don't think so.
I probably see you more.
You don't see me 5 hours a day.
Well, yeah, that's worth.
I think your old girlfriend is jealous of your new girlfriend.
Oh man, what are you jealous, douchebag?
No,
Maybe there is some validity to this.
All right, yeah.
What validity, Rob?
No, that Ralph is jealous of Howard's other friends.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm really not.
You certainly
I'm just
sounded
making
like
the
it.
point that you don't want to hang out with me, and that's fine.
I do hang out with you. I just don't want you at my house.
Fine.
That's the only point I'm
I
making.
don't want to go to your house.
No, you do. Well, that's another dishonest thing. You do. You told me I want to be at your house.
You're making it sound like I'm sitting there begging you to come back ever since.
No, you're not. I know, but I know you feel hurt that you're not invited to my house, but I can't put up with this vomiting and diarrhea.
I want to see the people who work there. I'm embarrassed. That was so horrible what I did.
All right.
You know?
You're right.
And I feel terrible about it. And just because I'm saying maybe it's because of what happened in my head I'm not trying to excuse what happened.
I know you're not. I'm just telling you I like you. I just, it's just too much.
Like you too.
It's too much waiting on you. It's too hard. It's too difficult.
I know.
You don't make things easy.
I know.
I like hanging with the guy. He's a good dude.
It's just not a good idea for me to
Yeah, it's just you can't fucking get through a day without fucking up.
But you see, I try to let it go, and then you say shit like that, which just isn't true.
Well, it's every time you come to visit me.
It's not every
time. Every single time. I'll go through it.
All right, go through it.
I went through it yesterday. Oh, and Artie came out. You had a problem. We know that problem, right?
My daddy's a cowboy. I'm a cowboy.
Come on.
I'm raising a cowgirl.
Bushy ass cowboy.
And discovering that my family come from farmers for generations. This life is in our blood.
Give the gift of family heritage with
Get out of here
ancestry.
with that bullshit. Another one? Come on.
It was like, what, 2 years ago or a year ago?
Okay. I'm telling you, every time you came out.
History is what he's giving.
Can I just say something? Because I want to give the other
100 times.
All right, I'm done with this.
No, I just want to see the other side of the argument. I will say this about Ralph. He came to my short house a couple times. He couldn't have been more pleasant.
There you
he
go.
brought my mother a wonderful, generous gift.
Slept
She loved
over.
him. Slept over. Everything was fantastic.
There you go.
So I'm just saying. So
maybe it's just me.
That's the other side of it. But what I'm worried about here, honestly, because I consider both of your friends as. Because this even happened on the wrap-up show where I think Ralph brought up, like, Artie gets treated better. Like, what is that? That's, I mean, let's get that out on the table. Because
all of that stuff is irrelevant.
No, it's not a dig at you or anything like that, Artie. It's just that I was just saying, like, hey, if it would, like,
if Artie vomited all over my house, guaranteed, he would not be invited back.
I was just saying, you're somebody he wants to hang out with. Like, where if you said something like that, you're like, oh, come on, Artie, let's hang out.
Well, you said, all right. Well, I mean, I guess I'm just.
I'm jealous.
No, I know that. I'm not saying
Artie,
you're
the only
jealous.
reason you're lucky is when he stayed at your house, you didn't find the vomit.
No, I don't think
he probably cleaned it all up.
But I don't know. I just wouldn't want there to be any dissension because my name seems to come up a lot, and I don't think I'm not hanging out with Howard any more than I ever did. And I think he wants to hang out with you. I don't think that's.
I try. I've tried a million times.
He's invited you over and over again. It sounds like he likes to try to be with you.
I do. I miss the guy. I like hanging out with him.
This
but
is
it's
all
just,
Robin's fault. I just said to her, ever since I threw up, Howard doesn't want to hang out.
And that whole thing with Robin's going back. She can give Ralph a ride. No. I'll just hang out here. I'll just stay a little longer. It's like he can't even leave.
Stay.
Yeah, he's always staying. Just leave.
Where's he got to go? 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was not. You're lying.
What time were you leaving?
It was probably at around 9 or
9 a.m.
10,
That's what I
something
recall.
like that.
No, it was like 8.
It
Yeah,
was
okay.
not,
He said,
Ralph.
I'm leaving at 8.
Because I had breakfast.
I don't leave at 8.
What's wrong with 8?
And I got to say goodbye to them. It wasn't like they got up inordinately early to say goodbye to me. They were just doing their usual thing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Ralph, don't worry about it.
They get up at 6 a.m.
Okay. Take care.
Who does that?
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, go.
People who work.
Stay home, Ralph.
I'm vacationing.
Have me at your house, Robin.
Stay home. I never would have.
Oh, please. You invited me so many times. You want me to come over?
Only for the day.
All right, Ralphie. Thanks, man. Don't worry about it. Go
I
smell
give
Ronnie's
him
mambo.
Specific times to be out.
Stop it.
I got to get some of that Mambo cologne.
Yeah, really. All the women love it.
Settle you down.
Apparently, we all need that. The Mambo cologne.
It's for the mature man.
I wear Mambo for mature men.
Could there be someone more immature than Ronnie?
Where he wants.
What do you say? Strippers and regular chicks, they all love it.
Even regular chicks.
He should do the commercial for Mambo. It should be like, hi, I'm Ronnie the limo driver. Some of you know me from the Stern Show. Look, I use Mambo for mature men. Even strippers and regular chicks, they go fucking crazy for it.
And they don't even care if I'm wearing a rubber.
Every
Where I
chick
come.
love it. Loves
Yeah,
it. From
come.
strippers to regular chicks.
I don't know. He's a ladies' man.
The guy who they're referring to when they said mature, I don't think is the guy covered in cake at his birthday party.
The mature man. The immature man. What's he doing?
The
He's not
only
mature.
thing
For
mature-
the immature man.
The only thing mature about him is his cologne.
You mean the 60-year-old guy whose catchphrase is "Let's fuck some more"?
Wouldn't you love to see him going into Target and buying Mambo? Like, wouldn't you like to see him just tanking up
Yeah,
on Mambo?
Excuse me.
You
Point
know,
me
with-
to the Mambo counter.
With
Excuse
one of
me.
those carts cleaning out the shelves.
Excuse me, pimply-faced teenager. Where do you have your supplies of Mambo? Oh, we've discontinued Mambo. What the fuck?
Bullshit.
Where am I going to get my Mambo? Chicks love it.
Could
Well-
you check in the stock room? Do you have any left?
Could you call some other stores? Maybe they got some back stock they didn't send back to the factory.
There he is in his Superman costume with cake all over.
Yeah.
Wearing Mambo.
The mature man.
And a mature man.
Mambo and birthday cake.
That's at that headquarters joint. I was there that night. It was worse than a third-grade birthday party. The maturity
Wait a
level.
second. Don't call me immature. I wear Mambo. And let me tell you something. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm dousing myself double. So all the chicks will smell my Mambo.
I want to
For
be
blocks.
extra mature tomorrow.
Sometimes I'm immature, but today I'm wearing Mambo. That makes me mature.
Don't you hate when people stink of cologne and stuff?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cologne. I wear cologne on the weekends sometimes, but I put such a little bit.
Yeah, you should be. You should have to get close to a person.
Yeah,
You know who had it on yesterday? It was Paul Mooney. When he walked in,
yes.
he had a
Yes,
he had a
yes,
big
yes.
douse.
yeah.
He's from that generation. I all the guys I worked with at the port, I used to wear. Matter of fact, Benji of all people made me nervous about it.
Did you ever wear canoe?
No,
I used to wear canoe when I was in high school, and then some dude came up to me and goes, "Dude, you're calling it the wrong thing. It's canaway."
Oh God.
I go, "Yeah, canaway."
That's like my buddy Deej who told me that he bought this great new French ski called Dynamique, and
Yeah.
he took it out and it said
Dynamique.
dynamic.
Dynamic.
I said, was it an extra $80 to pronounce it Dynamique?
How much Mambo you got at
Can
home?
you let this die?
How much
Some
Mambo
white
you got at home?
How-
How much Mambo you got at home? How much you got left?
Well, if you go on one of these, I forget who told me this. If you go on a cosmetic website, they tell you if you can buy as much cologne you want and put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
It'll last for 5 years.
You
Wow.
got cologne Mambo in the
I've
refrigerator?
stockpiled.
How much?
He's got
How much
5
Mambo
years
do you
of
have?
I must
Mambo.
have about right now about 10 bottles.
Oh my God.
He must have. He has a special fridge. Just
No,
for
Do you
because-
feel?
no,
but
no,
do
no,
you
because-
feel? Do you feel Mambo has become sort of your thing, and
His
it's your
signature.
lucky thing too? With when you meet
I don't
chicks?
know, dude. Listen,
Hey, Ronnie, how could you live long enough?
please. I don't want to talk to him.
Okay.
I really don't
Fair
want
enough.
to talk to him.
Fair enough.
He really
I don't
fucked
either.
my head up today.
He did. Huh?
I don't want to talk to him.
All right, go ahead.
I hate his fucking guts right now.
Really? I'm sorry, Ronnie.
No, get off the phone.
I'm sorry.
No, get off the phone, dude. I don't want to talk to you.
Why did I upset? No.
Because you didn't have to go to where parent stuff. You're a fucking piece of shit, and I don't like you. Hang up the phone.
I like you.
I don't like you.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, because you know what, Ralph. You'll do anything to get on the air,
Ronnie,
and now you got to fucking start with parents. That's
Ronnie,
bullshit,
you're
man.
An old guy. and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
surprised
Fuck
that your
you.
mother was
Yeah,
still
okay.
alive. I didn't wish her.
Yeah, you're such a young guy, right?
I didn't wish her.
Well, fuck you. All right.
I didn't wish her.
I really don't give a shit. Get off the phone.
All he
That's
was
why
saying
nobody
is,
likes you,
all he
man.
was saying is,
You did it with Bubba, with his wife and shit. Now you start with me, with my mother. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck are you? You're a piece of shit. No job, no nothing.
Ron, he didn't say
got a
anything
job.
If
bad
it wasn't
about
for Howard, you'd be in the fucking street.
If it wasn't for Howard, you'd be fucking.
Bullshit,
dead.
dude. I was in business way before I worked for Howard, so you can go fuck yourself, okay?
Yeah. Were you in the security business?
Doesn't matter. I still was in business, dude. I still had my own business, still had my own house. You know what? Fuck you.
Did you still have your own wife?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, then you got.
No, I don't.
Howard,
What do you have?
No good.
What do you have? What do you have?
I'm fine.
Tell me what you got.
I'm fine.
You
I
don't
got-
have shit.
I have a nice big TV.
Yeah, good. Thanks to me.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for hooking me up with that guy.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's how you pay people back. You stab them in the back.
I stabbed you in the back. How did I stab you in the back?
Because you're an asshole.
How did I stab you?
You're
in the
an
back?
asshole. What do you have to bring parents into it for?
How did I? What did I?
What did you have to bring my mother into it for? Why? For what? For what?
Really?
Did I ever bring anything up about your mother or your sister, huh? Ever? Oh, sure, fuck yourself, man.
What did I say insulting about your mother?
Just don't. Why'd you have to bring her into it?
Because you did.
I didn't. I said I was listening to Bubba's show. What's the big deal? And my mother was in the car.
With your mother, that's not.
Come on, dude. Gotta be kidding me with these commercials. Some bullshit ass commercials. For what?
Not bizarre enough. Who would listen to Bubba with their mother?
Oh, why? Bubba's that terrible?
No.
Yeah, so what are you saying? What are you saying?
Listen to with your mom.
What are you saying?
X-rated.
I don't understand why you're arguing with him.
Really?
I want to know about Mambo Cologne.
Yeah, all right. Then get him off the phone and I'll talk to you about it.
By the way, at Overstock.com, you
I'm
can get
on,
it for today's
Ronnie's
price at
Twitter.
$28.99.
Yeah, I know.
The
That's
price
what
is
I think. That's
dropping.
what
I
I
think
think.
Saving
I don't know.
$18.51.
So what did you do? So here, I hung up on Rob. So what did you do?
No RIP
You-
toast.
Went to Target. They didn't
No,
have
I didn't go
Mambo.
to Target.
Oh, so you went on the
I
internet?
never went to Target. I went on the internet.
You have the internet?
No. Somebody, this chick I know.
Oh, so she went
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
internet because she
You
loves
don't
your
have-
Mambo.
Right.
And you said,
No,
hey,
I asked her to go check on the internet to see if anybody had it because it was discontinued.
because he didn't even have email.
No,
I tried to
RIP
email
toast.
him.
I
He
was
doesn't
gonna-
have it.
I
I
have a
didn't
phone.
know
That's all I
that.
need.
Right. You don't want email?
No, I don't want anything. I don't have a computer anymore.
I got email.
He's the
now.
mature man.
You don't have a computer anymore?
No, it's gone.
Why?
Why?
It left.
It left on its own.
Mine
Well,
does.
why don't you buy one?
It walked out.
Why don't you get a new one?
What?
Why don't you get a new one?
Eventually I will.
Yeah.
When I sell my house and reorganize.
You're selling?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went on so this girl went on the internet to
Right.
find Mambo for
Right.
you.
That's Mr.
Some
Man.
cosmetic website or something.
What is it? A Mambo man doesn't need
Ronnie
the internet?
didn't post about
What's
Ralph.
A Mambo man doesn't need the
Dude,
internet?
I don't care. I could care less about a computer. I don't care.
Right.
He's never
I really
gonna
don't
go.
care.
You don't miss
I
your
don't care.
email and
No, I never looked at it.
Don't you like to
anyway.
go look at race cars on the internet?
No.
No?
No.
You just get
No,
magazines?
my Scores Man thing got me in a lot of trouble. So
The Scores Man
Website or-
no,
I mean,
when I had
email?
my email,
How'd it get you in trouble?
because she used to go check it,
who's
Oh.
she?
and used to send fucking girls would be sending me naked pictures and shit.
But your Scores Man.
God, Ron.
Yeah, but that's your alter ego. Your Scores Man.
Scores Man is about having fun. But I'm not Scores Man anymore.
Yeah.
I
You're
retired.
Ricky Man.
I'm Ricky Man.
Ricky Man. All right. So anyway, so
Me and
you,
LT, man.
so you
We're
ordered,
Ricky
you
Man.
ordered 10 bottles of Mambo?
Yeah.
And then you stick them in the fridge.
In the fridge. It's
Right.
good for 5 years, supposedly.
But from what I'm hearing is today you're wearing too much Mambo.
All right, maybe I put a little. I don't know. I just spray it on. I don't know.
What's the
Ronnie
spray?
loves
Even
Mambo.
your girlfriend said she liked the smell
Yeah.
because she knows whenever she gets in the car, she goes, "I know you're the one driving today."
What does that
it's
tell
not,
you?
It's not one
Wait
of
a
my.
minute. If
You
she's all the
smell
way
it?
in the back of that car.
Yeah. That car's a mile long.
Ron, if you were covered in dog shit, she'd say the same thing.
Thank you.
Can I smell Ronnie? I mean, can I just?
Go ahead.
I'm
You
gonna,
might
I'm
go
gonna walk
for him,
up to him,
Fred.
and when I start to
Oh,
sense,
I know. See,
the
I know
smell.
who told you now. I know exactly who it
A
was.
couple of people said it.
Well, the pace said it to me,
Right.
but I know it was Gary
was it?
because I walked
I
in.
don't want to say.
It was Gary. I know it was.
I
I
want
want
to
to
say.
smell him.
Because me and Gary got real close in the hall before.
Ronnie absolutely positively was not.
It wasn't you? Oh, because I know I got real close to you.
I would tell you.
All right. No, I don't care. You know what? I don't care. I don't care about
Fred,
cologne.
what do you
I don't
say?
give a shit.
Yeah.
Pace it out. 1,
Oh,
2,
stop.
3, 4, 5, 6. About 7 feet away, you can smell
You smell them there.
him. About 7 feet from right here.
Can you smell them, Marty?
See if you can.
Yeah, I got
You
it
can
there.
smell
You
it
got
from
him there?
there.
Let me walk
Wow.
over.
Oh,
6
come
feet, you can
on,
smell it.
man.
Let me go over there.
Yeah, it's
I got to
right
see
here.
this.
Yeah, they say it from 5 to 7
Okay,
feet
so-
away.
I don't have a good sense of smell either.
All right. Okay.
Where,
Dude, you were in the car. You walked with me. You were in the elevator with me
Shush.
this morning.
he's trying to smell.
Oh, bullshit. Now I know it's bullshit. You were standing next to me in the elevator.
Don't
What? You
distract
can't
him.
smell without talking?
Don't distract him.
Right here, I smell.
Wow.
Yeah,
See, that's
okay.
about 7 feet.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
7
Yeah,
feet.
all right.
I smell
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the elevator, you didn't say shit this
I
morning.
smell you.
Yeah, okay. And I know you smell me through the glass, right?
He probably thought it was the elevator.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, I figured it was Otis smelling like
Right.
Otis.
Yeah. I thought maybe he's cologne.
Oh, okay.
No, Ron, you know what? It's not strong, but about 5 feet away. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
7 feet.
Whatever. I'm not.
I didn't even get within striking range.
His
I
sphere,
love the shit, man.
I'm a cologne too. I'm a cologne guy.
I like it.
His sphere of influence is 7 feet. Like he enters your space.
I'm yes cologne, no computer too.
All right.
Same shit.
I know.
I got email now.
Is this really your mom calling in? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Ronnie, leave Ralph alone.
Oh, this is Ronnie's mom. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Fine with him. The mambo smells so bad I almost killed myself.
Why is Ronnie's mom Italian?
She hates the mambo.
Yeah.
All right, good for you. I don't care about mambo.
Good.
Fine.
Good.
Go ahead. I'm just telling you, maybe you want to cut
Too
it down.
bad it's discontinued.
You
They would have had it. They would have been at a flood of it today.
So all these chicks carry on about mambo?
Yeah, really. Seriously.
What do they say?
You smell so good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. What is it? They always ask me what it is.
Do you tell them it's for the mature man?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Are we done?
Did you know it's for the mature man?
No, I didn't read. I don't read up on it. Okay. I didn't go on the
Who turned you
internet
on
and
to
read up.
mambo? How'd you find it?
What?
How'd you find mambo? Like, how did you get turned on to it?
Somebody gave it to me as a gift a long time ago.
And you started wearing it, and girls all of a sudden were commenting.
Exactly.
Was it Joey Buttafuoco?
Nice. Good for you, man. $20, you got girls eating out of the palm of your hand.
There you
I
go.
knew there was a secret.
Yep.
Now
There's
I
a
know.
secret.
Now everyone knows.
I wondered what the
And you had to let it out now.
was.
Thanks.
Mambo.
All the guys are going to get mambo.
Yeah, I
and
got to take
now
a break.
We'll have competition again.
There was a guy on the phone, Frank, said he could smell the mambo through the radio.
Yeah.
It is serious.
Well, if I was Claiborne, I would bring it back now.
All right. Maybe
All right,
they will.
maybe
Well, you
they
got
will.
a 10-year supply. You're
Yeah.
okay.
Reintroduce it. I'll be their spokesperson. Now what?
Dude, how much
You wanna
mambo
smell
do
me?
you... Let me...
Come here.
You guys hear this
come on.
okay?
Yeah, come on.
You
Smell me.
okay?
Come on.
Jeez.
Come on, man.
I
Smell
can't
me.
breathe.
Come on. Smell me. Come on. Asshole.
Sal, smell him. Benji, do you smell the mambo?
Yeah, Happy Kid, you got a TV show now? All right.
Oh, yes. Let me smell.
Dude,
I want to get just a little bit.
Fuck out of here.
A little more for this.
What are you touching?
I wanted to get a little.
What is wrong with you?
I want to be a mambo man too. Just a little more.
What's wrong with you?
I got him a little bit of a. I need a little for this side. I just want to be a mambo man.
No way.
Put it on
I'll
me.
bring it to you on Monday, Lincoln.
Here,
Just
rub it
spray
on
your
your
ass.
Rub it on. Can I rub it on here and just give me a little?
No.
Why? Because no one else can be a mambo man.
Right. It's me.
No, I'm a mambo man.
That hurt.
What's that smell? It's me. I'm a
You're an
mambo man
asshole.
now, too.
You started this whole thing this morning.
Ow. You say, man, you fucking smell. What
So what? What? Do I smell like shit?
It smells like fucking shit. You smell very. Dude, no one wants to smell fucking cologne around here. Don't wear cologne.
Between you and that fuck over there, you're very.
Hey, what's up, man? Stay down your hang low? Mambo. Mambo man. Come on, you want a mambo?
Yeah.
Mambo, the mambo guy. Come on, tell us the truth. Get steak on your
Pop
hang low,
it,
right?
it's funny.
Put some mambo on your condoms you don't use.
Sal,
I'm just smelling
Sal,
you.
enough, all right?
I just wanna-
Enough already.
I need to
need you.
smell you.
I don't need you near me.
wanna-
I don't need people fucking near me now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You feeling?
okay?
But I'm not around for anything.
I don't give a shit, dude. I don't need your germs near me. Get away.
I don't have germs.
You have germs.
Normal.
You have germs. Get away from me.
Normal. I just want to smell you to see if that's the scent I want to wear
Angie,
tonight.
stop instigating, okay? I know Doug is not here.
I just want to see.
Fuck out of here.
Robin, you're as Ronnie said you're a regular chick. Do you like that smell?
I guess I'm a regular chick. I don't know.
She loved the fucking smell the other day.
Yeah, but it's too heavy now. Get away!
The hell is so regular about her?
Day. Get away from me! He's rubbing me with mambo. Now I do smell like mambo. I just walked in there. I was like, oh no! I smell like mambo.
Yeah. Some chicks getting in trouble with it.
Yeah,
He's going to rob you when he was
She smells like Mambo now. Go rub off on her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's a mambo man, too?
She's a Mambo man now.
She's a mambo
She's a
babe.
Mambo chick.
What, are you marking your territory now?
Yeah, man. I'm going to carry a bottle in my pocket now. When you come near me, I'm going to spray you in your face with it. Is that my
Mambo. In the rumble. He loves when I do that, kid. Me and him like, Wolf smells like mambo.
He's looking.
Tim's got it checked. Tim, you wear cologne. Why does this wolf smell like mambo?
Ooh, Carlos is teaching you the mambo.
It smells like Old Spice and mint. Like minty old.
Your ass smells like Old Spice. You fucking idiot.
I wonder
like-
how
it's
many
like Old
times are you
Spice and
farting
chewing
in that
gum.
chair and hope
All right,
Howard
big shot.
Big shot.
Monday
Probably
morning,
do.
Here we go. Another challenge.
Monday morning, I'm going to bring a fucking bottle in. I'm going to spray you with it.
Okay.
Then go to Rick's, okay, for lunch.
Done deal.
Like you do every day. Okay?
Okay.
And tell me how many girls tell you fucking
I smell good.
awesome.
Okay. I'm down with
Go
that.
ahead. Do it.
Old Spice and like spearmint gum.
What's up?
Right in your elbow. I know where to hit you. I know where to fucking hit you.
That
I
security
know where the
score's paying off.
fucking.
All right. Shut this shit off already. Come on.
You gotta be freaking kidding me, bro. Come on, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Don't be playing with me.
We got a great story about Ralph and all this shit. But
Really?
Yeah.
I have
It's
results
wild.
concerning a bet that you guys might have had too about Ralph.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right, good.
Oh, wait, are we going to learn all about this?
There's a big Ralph incident happened.
A major Ralph thing.
What is a major Ralph incident?
Well, we're going to get to it.
Oh,
Right,
geez.
There's a lot to get
See,
to.
now I'm totally intrigued.
There won't be any more.
Anyway, so the night before Artie shows up, I invited Artie out to stay at my place because out there in the Hamptons, they were having a concert with Tom Petty.
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of cool. Because it's not a lot of people. It's like 1,500 people tops.
Right.
And they serve a dinner and the whole thing. And that's pretty cool to see a guy
Unbelievable, yeah.
in that small a setting. So anyway, the night before, I got invited over the guy who owns Sirius's house,
Uh-huh.
Leon, and I went over, and he usually has a dinner party for a few people every year, and of course I go.
Uh-huh.
He's a good guy, and this time though it was a little bit bigger party on the beach and everything. And then he built this structure on his house, and he had Tom Petty show up at his house and play for all of us.
Jeez.
Wow.
Play for me.
Yeah, well,
Right.
there were maybe at that point 60 or 70 people there.
Oh,
So I
my
sat down on a
goodness.
couch, like in a living room,
Could you imagine?
and
man?
watched Tom Petty do an entire concert. It
Oh, my goodness.
was friggin' awesome.
Now, did he do the same set the next night?
Pretty much, but actually
Wow.
even more classic tunes at.
Well, I'm just wondering, does he do the full concert at Leon's, or does he?
Full concert. He was paid full. It said in the paper he was paid $850,000 to show up.
Goodness.
But I don't know if that's true or not.
How many do each Heartbreaker get?
850,000 for Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, you know what?
I said, hey, you could have gotten Cheap Trick for 10 grand.
When you go see Tom Petty in concert, though, you don't realize, God, that's his song too. He's got a million hits.
He does,
and they're all, and he plays them all. He doesn't fuck around.
850,000 to come to my house.
Hey, look,
So anyway,
what are you gonna do?
Anyway, I was seeing Tom Petty the next night, and I guess that's how he got Tom Petty, because Tom Petty was
in
around.
town,
And he figured, hey, I'll pick up a couple extra bucks.
Why
Couple
not?
extra shekels.
So anyway, well, that's what these guys make. Like they paid these guys. Tom Petty got paid $1 million to show up at the Hamptons.
Well, that's a concert. You could see. I always wondered, but I mean, look again. It's 60 people, private home.
You know what? I should have studied an instrument.
Yeah, you really blew it with this radio thing. So because it's cool, you go out, get $1 million.
People just throw money at you.
Yeah, and it's fun. You sing. So anyway, okay, so Artie was coming out. He wanted to see Tom Petty. He said that to me. I said, I can get a ticket for you. We have an extra ticket. And he says, good, yeah, I'm going to stay in a hotel. But I said, no. You stay with me. Of course you come out and you stay with me. So I was excited to see Artie socially,
Yeah.
It's fun to do. So where do I begin?
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of like...
The helicopter.
Beth and I were talking, actually. I never discussed this with Artie, but, I said, Beth kind of even said to me, do you think Artie thinks you're fun? And I go, I don't think so.
Wow, this is an interesting conversation.
Yeah, so I said, and she said, what's going to happen, if you want to take a nap or something? I said, yeah, Artie might bum out. Because what will Artie do till the concert?
What do you do out there? You nap?
I'm all about naps.
I'm always napping, and I'm antisocial. So she said, why don't you invite Ralph?
So he can entertain Artie?
So he can at least, because doesn't Artie like Ralph? I go, I think Artie likes Ralph. You never know,
You're not sure. Ralph. You're not sure.
I said, it might be nice to have that dynamic going where Artie has a, guy hanging out there.
And when you're napping, Ralph can take up the slack.
Which actually was not a dumb plan, because I come off a nap and I go downstairs and I see Artie and Ralph in the hot tub together.
Yeah, we went in the pool. Well, we went for a walk on the beach and had a couple of mini cigars.
Did you hold hands?
And of course, Artie doesn't bring a bathing suit, but Ralph cut up a pair of sweatpants for Artie, made a mock bathing suit.
I had no plan on. Going in the pool.
You were so happy in the water.
No, but then I looked at the pool. It was so inviting, And
I mean, you're going to a guy's house. You bring stuff.
Artie was weightless in the pool.
I had my own room. My room looked out onto the pool and the bathroom.
Well, what did you think he was going to do with you?
I put him in a sewer.
Where was he going to put you, in a tent
and I said,
the back?
We took a walk on the beach, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. That pool looks great right now. We had a few hours, and I told Ralph, go get a pair of scissors, and we'll cut up my sweatpants. So that's exactly what he did, which was good. That's like a fashion project for Ralph.
Yeah.
Most guys would punch you in the face.
That keeps him happy. So you were keeping him occupied.
I bet it made him happy, as Robin points out. And also, I bet he did a great job.
He did, actually.
I never actually saw the bathing suit. You were in the water the whole time.
They're very even and everything. But I would like, maybe in the future.
I realized, too, you wouldn't come out of the hot tub until I left. I don't know why.
Wait a minute. You let Ralph see you in your suit.
Well, Ralph's microphone isn't on 5 hours a day.
Well, it's funny because I'm sitting there and I go, boy, these guys. I said, these guys are like, Artie goes, I'm boiling like chicken soup. Because he's in a hot tub. And I said, and I left. And then I was walking up to my bedroom and I look out the window and I see Artie's emerging.
Yeah, he sprung out of
and
the
I said,
hot tub.
He didn't want to get out of the hot tub in front of me.
Me and Ralph were trying to think of a rap in case we got chicks back there at night, like how to pretend it was our house. So we needed Howard to give us information about stuff. Like,
yeah, right.
Like, what's
but
this?
Isn't it interesting that you think so much about what Howard's going to comment
That's
on?
not totally true.
Oh,
I mean, look, Howard. I mean, I'm not in the like a young Starsky or Hutch at this point. I don't.
Anyway, he doesn't realize I love him. I love him fat or skinny.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Anyway, so
if only broads were like that.
So anyway,
So that part was fun,
Yeah,
they had an amazing meal set up. I mean, I can't even explain how beautiful the whole experience was.
And
Food.
It was great to hang with Artie outside of the show. And
I took a helicopter out there because I've never done that before. I've been on helicopters, but never out to the Hamptons. I said, fuck it, I'll splurge. And that's kind of where the Ralph situation starts.
Do you want to start that story?
I guess I could.
And Gary's a part of this too, by the way.
Well, so I said to myself, I'm going to go out. You know, Howard made this nice invitation, and I said, fuck it, I'll splurge. I'm going to take a helicopter out there. And so I don't have to deal with traffic. And I found out there's a helipad literally yards from Howard.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
okay. It wasn't going to make your trip very long.
It was very convenient.
I hope I done that. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, it was a very convenient situation. So I price the helicopter.
It ain't cheap.
And no, it's not cheap at all. And, you know, Gary the whole time was like, please, like, let me pay for half of this. But he was even more than he thought. And I was like, look, Gary, don't worry about it. It's fine. I was going to do this anyway. I'm happy to have the company. Ralph, the last minute, sort of the day before, says, listen, I'm coming. So what time do I have to be at the...
He doesn't even ask you. He just assumes he can do this.
No. I checked out that it was okay.
Oh, right. So, no, he called the day before.
All right.
But it turns out, and again, it's just weird how stuff with Ralph just makes a minor adjustment when something goes wrong. The guy had to get another helicopter because it went from 2 to 3 people.
But it was worse than that, because I got really maybe the most insulting phone call I've ever gotten from Artie's assistant, which was he needed to know how much I weighed. I swear to God. So then he goes, and I think at one point he goes, all right, 220 and 300. All right, we're going to have to get a bigger copter.
Yeah, right.
Because 3 guys needs a bigger copter because of the weight.
Teddy, a master in etiquette. So, so anyway, so they had to get a different, which I found out I was going to get this really cool helicopter that's sort of like a state-of-the-art thing. And now they had to switch it to a little bit of an older one.
A Toyota with a wing.
Like the one they use for construction.
Yeah, whatever. So
already Artie's, he goes, man, if Ralph's going to be late, I'm
I start
leaving.
stressing about that because I wanted to get out there on time and everything.
Right.
It turns out because of fog, we were delayed anyway. But at no point.
In other words, it would have been quicker if they drove.
Not quite, but almost.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fog, which fucked everything up. But we got out there on the helicopter. But at no point does Ralph even think about saying thank you or look, can I pay?
Right. How much do you want me to chip in? Nothing like that ever comes
Can
up.
I tell you something? I get to the place first where the helicopter.
Not that I care, but again, my God.
I get to the place first where the helicopter takes off from. So I walk in, and I go, is this where I'm supposed to be? Ralph, I mean, I can't tell you he did anything wrong, but there's a way he walks in as if it's his place. Do you know what I mean? Like he walks in, they have like Hamptons magazines out. Like there's another couple there. Ralph walks in, like sort of doesn't look at them, like picks up a magazine, starts thumbing through it, talking about how great the trip is going to be as if he takes it every week. Right. It's just a funny way he is.
Right.
It's Ralph.
Ralph acts as if, yes.
Right. And so I'll get through this and then I'll hand the ball off to you at some point here. But because it's a long thing.
Yeah. God, I'm intrigued. I could hang on every word.
So we get out there and
hang in on this one.
Because they changed the helicopters, the car that was coming to get us didn't know what was the right helicopter to get. They had information about the old one that was just 2 people. So now with just 3 people, with just new helicopter, the guy didn't know where to go. So indirectly, we had to wait an hour for a car once we landed. So it really was like we might as well have walked.
Right.
And and again, of course, you don't blame Ralph directly for this, but it's just so funny that it's something Ralph caused indirectly that made this mayhem sort of happen.
All of a sudden, it just wasn't a smooth trip.
Yeah. And
but I gotta tell you, Howard, Artie is stressing. The 2 of you guys you guys stress out on so much stuff. Howard's having a little barbecue, and Howard's stressing because he wants it to be good. He wants everybody to be on time. And now Artie's stressing that he's fucking up the barbecue.
Right. Well,
and
he's what he's thinking about?
He's freaking out.
Nap.
No, he's thinking about being late to Gary's party for dinner and how badly that went for him.
Right.
He screwed up the whole
but this wasn't
dinner.
his fault.
No, but at one point, Artie shut the phone and he goes, Jesus Christ, I can't control the weather. I'm going to be, he was just bumming out that he's going to be late.
He was stressed out.
No, I'm just saying Artie knows that he and he doesn't want it to happen again.
Right. Actually, I had forgotten completely about fucking up Gary's dinner. But anyway,
I did too.
I remember everything.
I recall that I did. So anyway, there's that nuttiness going on, and fine. It's like I didn't expect anybody to offer this, but still, it's a nice gesture.
All right. So wait. So you guys get to my house,
Right.
and that's okay. It's fine. To get to the house, we're having a perfectly reasonable afternoon, and that night is the Tom Petty concert.
And me and Ralph did hang. We sort of bonded, the pool thing and everything. And
Right.
we were having fun. We started drinking.
He did something. He made you a bathing suit.
Right,
Yeah, and these guys were drinking and having a good time. And
we had a
all that
great
stuff.
meal when we landed, and we started boozing. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We were all having a good time. And, I got my nap.
And Ralph kept Artie
company as planned. And it just, everything was going good. So I say to the guys, look, we're going to have dinner at the concert, and everyone be ready. I got a car coming and everything so we could all drink.
Right.
Got a car coming at 7 o'clock. Everyone be ready 7 o'clock or 7:15, whatever the time is. I say.
I forgot about this part.
So we're walking out the door. Everyone's ready promptly, 7:15. We got this thing timed out. And I look over, and Ralph is 2 minutes before 7:15. 7:13 starts making phone calls because he has to plan his trip to California, and he's trying to get airline reservations. So I said to him, you motherfucker. I said, it's 7:13. And
he had all day.
He goes, please, it's not 7:15 yet. It's 2 more minutes. I go, but we're ready now. We all want to leave.
He's on one coast arranging for the next coast's plan.
Yeah. And I'm like, you had all afternoon to call. Like, why would you call it 7:13? Well, you said 7:15.
But he can't get anything done with an airline in 2 minutes.
No shit.
Exactly.
So I said,
yeah, that's the point. Absolutely.
I go hang up the fucking phone. He hangs up the phone. Okay.
Which, by the way, thank God Howard was around to say that, because anybody else, he would not have hung up the phone.
He would have made you wait.
Yeah. Oh, no, I would have just left. I was nice enough. I must have been in a good mood because I said, okay, hang up the phone. We should just pull out and left.
Now, keep in mind, I had a drink at this point. Ralph had started drinking, right? So he was about 2 or 3 drinks deep into the evening.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So now we go in the limo.
We go in the limo, and I'm not
do you want to?
No. All right. So we go in the limo.
All right.
There's
They're
some parts
editing.
and
that's not fair.
No. It is.
Don't tell me anything you're leaving out. Just tell me a story.
Okay.
I won't know if you don't say something like
Sorry,
that.
we haven't rehearsed this. All right. So anyway.
You're supposed to be a professional.
Anyway, we get in the limo, and Ralph starts in. He's got to pee. I have to pee. I
knew it. I was going to say, he's got to stop to go to the bathroom.
Well, wait. So I said, Ralph, why didn't you pee before like a little kid? Why didn't you pee? I didn't have to go at that point. I go, yes, you did. I said, it's 5 minutes into the trip. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't pee. There's no way to pee.
Uh-oh.
But not just saying I have to take a leak. Writhing around on the floor of the limo like a second grader going, I got to get yelling at the driver.
Yelling at Terry.
Really rude.
What do you mean yelling?
Like, do an impression of what he was.
Almost like Terry is getting us, a really nice guy, is getting us to the fucking concert. He's driving at a reasonable speed.
Right.
We pull up to the entrance, and Ralph, like a third grader, is rolling around.
Terry, where are we?
Terry, come on, get us there, Terry. What are you doing, Terry? I mean, like screaming at him because he's not getting us there quick enough so he can piss.
Oh,
so okay.
Is this a mental condition?
Wait. This is nothing.
And we all have another couple drinks in the limo, So now
so he's drinking on top of.
Right, the night's rolling.
I don't remember him drinking in the limo.
We both had a drink.
Oh,
in the
did you
limo.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
All right. So I don't recall that, but okay, because I don't think I was drinking actually. Yeah, I've been so sick, and I would never drink in a like to me drinking. These guys are really into drinking.
We took a drink into the car from your house.
Oh, so you were carrying glasses,
right?
Well,
okay.
Just
that's a Ralph move for sure. So anyway, we get to the concert, and now there's like a lot of people there that I know, and security people and things,
press,
and it's a red carpet.
It's a red carpet and press. And one of the guys, the security guys at the event, says to me, yeah, your whole group is inside. He goes, and there's one guy pissing right in front of all of us. So I go, well,
are you kidding? He just pissed?
Yeah. He just
out
pissed.
In the...
So he makes us all kind of look like shitheads.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's embarrassing me because
it would be one thing if you were doing
Security guys are all laughing. Like Ralph ran out of the limo, ran by like the big entrance. It's a big publicity event.
By the way,
you know.
there's a tent right there with bathrooms. He could have just said, "Where's the bathroom?" He would have been in 3 seconds.
But Howard, it gets better because you guys go in, right? So now my group comes in. It's me and Ross and John Hine. And we walk in, and the security guard goes, "Oh, your posse just walked in." I go, "Wait." They go, "Howard's over there." And I go, "Oh, cool." And they go, "Yeah." And there's some dude in the bushes, and you can see Ralph in the bushes peeing.
Yeah, in front of this event.
But so anybody could have walked by and seen Ralph pissing.
Yeah, everyone did. But the part was that it now becomes not Ralph's peeing in the bushes, but Howard Stern's guy is in the bushes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That now you pee in the bushes.
Well, think about it this way, all right? Oh, we get out of Howard Stern's limo, and boom, out pops a guy peeing.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like
paparazzi like all over the place. It's one of those Hamptons events, you know.
Oh, what a boob.
A boob. So, like, at this point, I'm like, Ralph, stay away from me. I don't want to be near you. And I said,
pretend you don't know me.
And I said, if you start smoking pot, I don't want to be anywhere near you. I don't want a picture of me with anyone smoking pot. I don't want, I don't want that drug thing.
Right.
I just don't. It's not an image that I condone.
The pissing is enough.
Yeah, the pissing image is bad enough because people tag me as being a slob and uncouth and being an asshole.
Howard Stern's gang rolls out of a car and starts peeing all over everybody.
My entourage. And everyone's disgusted. Artie's disgusted. I'm disgusted. And despite Artie's on-air demeanor, he's a pretty low-key guy. And like we go somewhere and he knows how to behave.
He knows how to behave himself.
Guy's a heroin addict. He knows how to behave himself.
Well, I can call an audible at the line at this point in my life.
But I was going to say, it's not that Artie behaves himself everywhere, but he knows where to behave himself.
Artie's like the most considerate guy. Like when Artie left my house, the bed was made. I didn't ask him to do this. The room was spotless. When Ralph leaves my house, I find a half-smoked cigar laying on the fucking bar.
Well, I shall find out he didn't plan on leaving exactly.
Wait, we'll tell you. Wait. So anyway,
it's so great.
Are you still with this story?
God. I love it.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, because this is such a ramp up.
So now I'm livid because I hear everyone's talking about some guy got out of Howard's car and peed all over the place.
Right.
So like I'm just fucking out of my mind over this. Just sick. And then
if I can jump in for that, I can tell you that Ralph swears that he didn't take anything of any kind. But early on, right after he walked in after peeing, he went to the bar. One of my friends said Ralph dropped 3 drinks in a row.
Okay.
He just kept dropping drinks.
He started drinking very heavily.
Is he now having a problem?
Well, you tell me after this story.
Who knows? I mean, what's going on? But at some point, when you're out with a group of people and you're all drinking, and your goal is to get at least lit. And at one point, one guy out of nowhere, like, how do you get that drunk? That's what happened with Ralph. Like, out of nowhere, Ralph had gotten very drunk, and which there were shots around. You could easily get drunk and just be drinking.
None of us realized. I mean, I certainly didn't. That Ralph was like really drinking heavily, or what he was doing. Maybe he got some weed from. I don't know what he was doing. From what I could tell, he drank, and then when the concert started, he went up to the front and came back, and like. I was talking to him and he kept dropping his iPhone and everything, but like he was perfectly coherent as far as I was concerned.
Okay.
Did you guys agree? I mean, it wasn't like you knew he was shit-faced.
He was dancing obnoxiously and running in, hitting into people, but in a way, he was just being sort of Ralphish. He wasn't being like, you wouldn't think, my God, this guy needs help.
The first tip-off that Ralph was really, really drunk was at the end, the show's over and we're standing there and this couple is really a big fan of Artie. And the girl's pretty cute and the guy's pretty average looking. And Ralph, it got to the point where Artie and I thought that the guy was going to punch Ralph in the mouth because the girl wanted to take a picture. They both wanted to take a picture. And he kept saying, "You're really hot. Lose that guy. Fuck off. You can't be in the picture." Like really obnoxious.
Really inappropriate stuff.
This is the Ralph that got punched out at Scores, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says really weird things.
It was such a cool scene where at the very end of the concert, I had pushed up front as well. And it was me, Ralph, and Paul McCartney standing within feet of each other. And I remember pointing that out to Ralph. And Ralph's big thing was he wasn't into Paul. He wasn't impressed with Paul McCartney.
He's out of his mind.
That's what I don't know. He said something like, I'd be more impressed. And he wasn't, he didn't seem that impressed. He was like, I was like, wow, he's not bullshitting about that.
Let me say something to you first. Ralph goes to see Beatles impersonators.
Right.
He loves the Beatles.
Well, he's more impressed with that.
Well, it ties into the rest of it, though, why he wasn't so impressed with it.
But wait a second. So I leave about there's like 3 songs left on the set list, and I was like, I want to beat the traffic and I want to go home. And I said to Artie, and all the guys, I'm going home. They were like, okay, don't worry, we're with Ross and a whole bunch of guys.
Yeah, they had a way to get.
They were going out for the
whatever.
night.
Yeah,
they were going to have boys' night.
We
out.
were going to go. It turns into a club scene there at the end. So they'd have a little bar area,
okay.
and they'd bring out a DJ to play dance music, and it would have been a nightmare for Howard to try to get out of there. So we knew, we had set it up earlier. Howard was like, he said, look, I'm probably going to leave. You guys hang.
And I said to Artie, if you want to come with me or Ralph, I said, or any of the guys, I said, I'll give you a ride. But, they said, no, we got it covered. Okay. So I split all the guys, Gary, Artie, Ralph, all of them are hanging out. Like Artie said, they have like a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decide to go to this place called Saracen. It's a restaurant, and it's got like a bar scene, and it's kind of fun,
Mm-hmm.
I go there once in a while, really like it. And so they get in the car and they all go, Ralph included.
He's already drunk, but he's going anyway.
I guess, but again, I'm already out of the picture. But these guys, they said, yeah, maybe he was high or something, but no one really thought he was that.
Look, at that point, I was feeling great, and Ralph was. See, but this one, the point Gary just brought up was the key change, like
that personality.
When we met that couple, he was being so inappropriate, and that was after the Tom Petty concert. And before we went to Saracens.
Okay.
So, and it was a great group of guys. We was like a guys night out. We were all having fun. It was Richie Notar. It was Ross. It was me. It was Gary. And John Hine.
Yes.
John Hine. And we were all hanging out. But Ralph, at that point, we said, look, Ralph might start a fight. We got to take care of him a little bit.
We started to have the discussion. This was a really weird thing amongst ourselves. And John Hine says, if somebody punches Ralph, will you jump in? And I go, I don't know. It depends on what he did. I said, I guess I have to.
John Hine, full of truth serum. Ralph wouldn't want him around.
Oh, really?
Those guys have some issues. I don't know. They have to work out.
So John was questioning whether he would get involved if Ralph got into a fight.
Yeah, he was like, God, if someone was beating the shit out of him, I don't know if I'd help out.
But we had to have that
By
discussion.
the way, I hear Sal's pissed off. He thinks I invited John Hine.
Yes.
What is that all about?
He found out that John Hine went to the concert. You invited him.
I did.
He's furious that John Hine somehow jumped the chain, that Ralph's been here much longer. And why didn't you invite Sal instead of John?
Well, Sal, who gives you your information? I don't know how John
John
Hine ended up
Hine's
there.
mother was getting beat up. I don't think he would.
In fact,
But even
I
if
invited
that
John
were the
Hine.
case-
I invited John Hine over to my house for some food. But
don't tell Sal.
I did, but
But the point is, Howard, it doesn't matter how he got there. If you did, it's none of his business.
Thank you.
Where do you get this information? Where do you conjure up this bullshit of yours?
Somebody told me. I just heard that John Hine went with you guys. I'm happy for John Hine.
I saw him at the concert.
I have no beef
Wait
with
a second. John Hine was there, and nobody told you Howard brought him. You just assumed it, right?
Well, this is your gig, Howard. I mean, you're the you're the leader of the pack.
Dude. Artie came over. That's it.
I don't care about Artie.
And the pack. I don't know how John Hine ended up there. I don't know what John Hine did for the weekend. I saw him at the concert. I had nothing to do with it.
I find that hard to believe.
You're an asshole.
I'm just. I don't care.
That he said that.
I was just a little hurt. I felt that
You're hurt. You could have done what John Hine did. Ask John Hine how he ended up there.
I'm not the one who sold the website for a couple of mil. I don't have the money to pay $3,000 to see Tom Petty. So
You're assuming. You're making a wacky assumption.
All right, very good. Whatever angle I take, I'll be wrong on this. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for John Hine. I'm just saying I was a little insulted. Okay, is that
How
wrong?
can you be insulted if I didn't invite?
insulted?
In other words, let's say I go to a Van Halen concert and John Hine is there. Are you insulted?
No, and I'm happy. John. The issue's not John Hine. It's just that I felt that.
I hate to say this.
Sal, you jumped to conclusions. I had nothing to do with John Hine. John, how did you end up at that concert?
Gary invited me.
Oh. Okay, there you go.
Now get upset with Gary because John jumped you and Gary.
I'm done with Gary. Me and Gary are over.
We know Gary and John are close.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just assumed I just assumed that you invited John Hine.
No, I had nothing to do with John. Although I did invite him over to my house when I heard he was out there.
Yes, you did.
How come you never made it?
Which was very nice.
Yeah. How come? What happened to you?
I was stuck in another thing that I couldn't get out. I was in Long Island City and I couldn't get out to you in time.
Wish Sal would kill himself rather than be stuck in anything.
Well, let me just say this for Sal. See, John Hine knew you'd be upset, and that's why he didn't make it.
Right. Smart move. All right,
Well,
Sal,
I'm
thank
happy
you.
for you and
you
your-
got to hear the rest of this story. So
Yeah, I'm listening inside. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, so we know now that Ralph is a little tipsy, but we're all a little tipsy, but who knows how tipsy he is.
Right.
We go to this Saracen's place.
Yeah.
All right. And now we get in there And Ross is Mr. Plan guy. He immediately is able to assess the situation, and we go. Ross goes, look, this
Ross
place
is our friend
Ross Sapin, who we've talked about.
Who works here.
Yeah. And we get in there, and it was crowded, kind of a scene and stuff, and a nice place. But Ross was like, maybe a couple drinks and we'll go somewhere else, And we're like, fine, I don't care, whatever. And Ralph, we get a place to sit. Ralph starts dancing.
Dirty dancing.
With who?
Wow. That's the key.
Like a woman who looked to be about 60.
Yeah.
And really tight, with bad plastic surgery and tight, real jeans.
John, did she look real old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Artie's being complimentary at this point.
She to evaluate.
She was heavy, and that's being, kind. And this is from a guy. When you see a model walk in, he goes, her ears are small and her middle toe's too long.
Yeah.
He's out dancing with a chubby 60-year-old woman and appearing to love it. Yeah, no, he's
Dirty,
totally
like that really annoying Latin music you hear at a feast,
Artie was like, hey, there's a bunch of old broads here. I'm going home. So Artie decides he's going to bail on the night. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning at this point, or 12:30.
We all decide we're going to bail on this place. We're all now the group is deciding to leave.
Okay. So a couple of people, Gary included, go up to Ralph and say, hey, we're all leaving now. And they
While
say,
he's dirty dancing?
While he's dirty dancing. And Ralph says, looks at them coherently and says, look, man, don't worry. I'll catch up with you guys, or I'll just make it back to Howard's house, whatever.
Well,
don't worry.
It was actually worse than that. At first he said, I'll be fine. But then he said, you guys go and come and pick me up on your way back.
Like, that's what he wanted.
Like where's fucking taxi drivers?
Yeah. And Gary goes, there is no way back, Ralph. We're going. That's it. Either you leave now,
or you find your own way.
Right. So he's like, fine.
So again, you get out in front of the club and guys, some guy, like when you're with a group of guys, some guys are like, fuck them, especially if you don't know them. But Artie and John Hein get out front and they go, wait a minute, we can't just leave Ralph here. We have to, be sure. So
that's what Ross was saying.
Artie was like, you know what? The guy might be fucked up. I'm going to go in and I am going to make sure that Ralph understands.
Well, no, first Gary had a turn. Then John Hein went in. He goes, Art, you're feeling guilty? I'm going to go in and ask him. So John Hein, and John is a pretty efficient guy.
See, the evening is all about Ralph and getting him from place to place. But wait a second. Wait. So Artie says, I don't care what these two guys said. I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want to leave a guy.
You got to go make sure for yourself.
Yeah, because at this point he said, hey, maybe he's drunk and doesn't know what he's doing.
This is the third time going back there.
Right. So Artie goes in and he says, look, Ralph, we are leaving. How are you going to get home? Don't worry, I'll get home, blah, 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 blah.
Dancing with a chick, arm around a chick.
Yeah. The 60-year-old broad.
Yeah.
He's still with her.
Yeah. So Artie says to him, do you know where Howard lives? He goes, take the address down, write it down in your iPhone or whatever the fuck that thing is. Right. So Artie's telling him, yelling out the address, giving him the address. Ralph goes, I don't know if I work my iPhone. Don't worry, I know it. And he repeats the address. Okay.
I realize, people sort of recognize this. I'm yelling out Howard's address in the middle of a dance floor at a crowded club.
All right, because Artie felt like, whatever.
He needed to take care of Ralph.
Right. So he goes, Ralph, do you even have? If you have to get a cab or whatever, he goes,
do you have money?
Do you have money? Artie hands Ralph $300 cash and says, here, take this money. I want to make sure you can get home. Now, somehow
Artie,
Ralph,
I don't have a way home.
Somehow Ralph evokes this in people. I know
but he's got the world taking care of him.
Most people should be like Scott the engineer. You forget that he's even there. It should be that way, but it's not. Okay. So these guys leave. Artie decides to come back to my place. He comes home.
Now, at this point, there's zero guilt in he's in no danger. Right. He's got money. He's an adult man. He seems to be having fun. He made a decision. I'm staying here. And we left. That's what happened.
All right.
I'm already asleep.
You don't even know this is going on.
No. I've been in bed for hours already. I mean, I'm not putting up with this nonsense. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah. I went home with my fiance and had a perfectly reasonable evening with her. So, I got to tell you, it just sounds exhausting, right?
Oh my God!
I wouldn't have even gone back in and asked Ralph.
So the split was, which is what Ross wanted to say. You were with Ross. So the split was Ross and Gary and the other guys go somewhere else, and John Hein took me back to Howard.
All right.
Okay, so that's the split.
So then, I wake up the next morning, and I don't know. I listen to my messages. Yeah. There's 5 messages from Ralph. Oh. I go downstairs. I see his room hasn't been used. Oh. No Ralph. He never made it back. I go, oh, wow. Just before I listen to my messages, I go, Ralph must have hooked up with a broad or something. I didn't know about any
You
old
didn't know
broad.
about the 60-year-old.
No, I just said he must have hooked up with a broad. I know Ralph, or he's staying at Ross's house or something went
Right,
down.
he went home with somebody else.
So I start listening to one panicked message after the other. It's like the first one comes in at about 4:30 in the morning.
Whoa!
He goes, dude, where do you live? I'm driving around with this guy, and we're stopping in parking lots asking if anyone knows where you live.
Oh, no!
And he goes, I don't know where I am. You gotta help me. So then he goes, then I listen to the next message. In fact, I have the messages. Why did I
you
fucking
gotta
prepare
play
those?
them.
I should. You know what? Take a commercial break. I'll go get that lined up with Scott.
All right, yeah.
All
Because
right.
we got to hear the messages. I can't wait to hear these.
All right. Take a break. Take a break. Wait, you got to hear these messages.
That's too funny.
Hello.
Hi.
2 seconds. Is that the phone? This is the phone right here. I got to do a whole punching in.
I know.
Dial 1.
You dial 9 first. Done?
I think so. Right. Okay. Next message. Let me just make sure. Next message. What's it say?
Hey now, douchebag. I tried to call you before, but I got disconnected, and then I got another call.
You still 3?
Hey now.
Yeah. I think I do.
Hey.
Words.
I know.
It's such a pleasure.
I won't believe
He sounds like he's 18 years old.
Yeah, right? Oh, it's one big night. So where were we in this story?
So you're about to so
Ralph's calling.
Oh, yeah.
Ralph's
So I
calling
wake up in the
you,
morning. I see Ralph's bedroom is empty. Artie, I realize Artie locks his door at night. I noticed you lucky. Do you have a thing? Because what I did was I tried to open the door to see if you were in there because I figured both you guys were gone, and then the door was locked.
I don't remember doing it. Maybe I did it out of habit. Yeah.
You lock yourself in at home?
No, not in the bedroom, but I might have. I was a little drunk myself. I might have locked the. I guess
Like
I
it
locked
was a front door.
Oh, good thing you did because I would have been in your room.
Right.
Are you smart?
Who needs you in there?
Right.
Hey, always lock your door at Howard's house.
So now I'm like all confused, and I go and as I regularly do, go to check my messages. Scott, do you have those, or is it a whole big process?
I think it'll be like 2 more seconds, Howard.
All right, great. Just tell me the page to go to.
So, but what happened was, Howard left us at the concert. Everybody's hanging, having fun. I left Ralph with that money. Those guys left the bar too. Ralph was dancing, having a good time. I made it home about 2 a.m. John Hine drove me home. By the way, me and John Hine got pulled over by a cop.
What?
Yeah, John Hine of all people.
So John
doesn't even drink, right?
No. He didn't get pulled over because of that. He got pulled over. We were doing 40 and a 25 down the Hamptons main drag, and he was doing me a favor, taking me to Howard's, and I felt awful. This really cute chick.
A cop.
I mean, but cute. Like you'd go, wow, there's a hot chick. Pulled us over, and I felt so bad. I said, I'm going to be obnoxious right now, and I said, Miss, my name's Artie Lang. I'm from the Howard Stern Show, and
Let me guess what you said. You said you had a 40-inch cock.
I was going to say, you would do sexual favors to get out of the ticket.
And she said, you know what? Don't worry about it. She goes, I love Howard. I'm just giving you a warning. And she was going to get a fucking moving violation for that.
Artie used my name to get out of a ticket. I use my name and I don't get out of a ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I've done that and cops have given me tickets.
What?
Well, like I'll go, hey, Howard Stern, the guy in the rating guy goes, oh, yeah, I know who you are. And
he keeps writing.
And he writes a ticket.
See, the move is just to let them see who you are, I think. But
yeah, I never say. And, sometimes they recognize me and then they're nice.
Right, you say right away?
Yeah, I have the PBA card, and they go, oh, where'd you get this from? And I said, well, I do a lot of charity work for the police. Senator John told me that one. I said, they go, where'd you get that? I do a lot of charity work for the police. Oh, how do you do that? I go, well, I work on the Howard Stern Show. We do a lot of stuff.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say I'm from the Letterman Show. See what that gets me anywhere.
But I felt so bad for John. I said, I'm going to be like a little bit of a douchebag and say it out loud. And then she couldn't have been cooler. And I'm telling you, she was hot. So
we're lucky because John's the only one of us that doesn't drink.
Yeah, he was completely sober.
Let's go to Bill, who wants to say hello. Bill, go ahead.
Hey, welcome back, Howard.
Thanks, man.
Listen, this Ralph story, the only way it's going to be anyway interesting to anybody but you or maybe Robin is if Ralph dies or gets arrested or
Well, you got to hold on.
You got to hold on.
Well, sir, that would be great.
Get his face punched in.
Are you not enjoying this story? Because I did a random.
No, I'm really listening, Howard. I just
Right. They just hate Ralph. And
we love to hate Ralph.
Okay, because I did a random check. I said, is this interesting to everyone, or is it just to me and Artie and the guys who were there? And everyone said, no, we're all guessing.
Right, no, we're leaping ahead and seeing what
And the
this will mean for Ralph in the future.
The messages will make it better. There are Gary preview page 1 in green.
Okay, thank you. So I get up and I get this message. Give me a sec. Okay. Here we go. This is the first message.
Hey, man, I know you're sleeping, but
So what's he supposed to do?
I have no place to go. We're going back to the city, I think. Fuck, man. These people. This chick's throwing up on the side of the road. Oh, my God. This is so fucked. All right, well, can you pack up my shit? Okay, thank you. Bye.
So now it's about 4:30 in the morning, and he's going back home. And I'm like, what the fuck happened?
So that's
here?
the first message you get. You have to
Yeah.
be completely puzzled.
No, I'm puzzled.
Yeah, right.
So then
How did he get so out of it?
Then the next one is time stamped, I think, around 7 in the morning or 7:30.
Hey, now. Hey, so I'm in Jersey City. What a fucking nightmare, man. Fucking guys ditched me. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't find your house. Went up and down the street, couldn't find the street, and so I had to go down the bus. And, oh my God, what a fucking nightmare. Fucking douchebags.
They're douchebags.
Cocksuckers. Fuck. All right, man, I'm going to sleep, so I'll talk to you during the day. Just throw my shit in a bag and give it to Artie. You know, I got a shirt in the closet and some stuff in the bathroom and whatever, underneath the TV to the right over there. Just throw my shit in a bag and I'm going to sleep. All right, man. Thanks, man. Bye.
If they're all drinking, you knew exactly where everything was. You hear that?
Yeah, he sounds very lucid.
He sounds very alert and all this other shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, what did they do to him?
And then the third, and I'm like, well, what did these guys do? And I'm dying to wake Artie up, but I go, Artie slept till like 1 o'clock
locked
in the
his door
afternoon.
so you couldn't.
Yeah,
I was in weekend mode. I put the air conditioning on.
Did you sleep until noon or something?
Well, on a night out, I got home. I didn't get to sleep till about 2:30, and I put the air conditioning on about 58.
And he's calling these guys like cocksuckers and fucks, and I'm like, man, they really screwed him over. I don't know what's going on.
What did they do to Ralphie?
And then I'm like,
hey, douchebag, could you put some cookies in my bag too, please? Some of Marnie's cookies, like 3 or 4. That would be very good. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, dude. I can't believe I'm home. Fucking cocksuckers, man. Fucking asshole. Fucking, oh, fuck. Dude, I had to, I'll tell you, I had to fucking scale the side of my building to get my house. What a fucking pig. Fuck. All right, bye. Just give me some cookies, though. All right, bye.
So we get it. So Artie wakes up. All the guys come over to my place because we're going to have a meeting about what went down.
So I finally wake up.
There's a big summit.
I wake up
Ross
at
was
noon
over,
and
Gary,
I make it into the kitchen. I could barely move. Like my 1 p.m. I wake up and I see Howard and Beth, and they go, "Did you hear what happened to Ralph?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck, what happened?"
Right.
And then I hear.
So we tell him all this, and he goes, I fucking gave the guy $300. I went in 20 times and said to him, Ralph, I'm going home now. Do you know how to go? He goes, this is my worst nightmare. He goes, I never want to ditch a guy. I never would do that. He goes, I'm fucking mad. I'm outraged.
There was no indication. I was really pissed because look, the only way we'd be in the fault is if we sort of knew that Ralph was in a blackout or something.
Right.
But of course we didn't know that.
Wait a minute. You know what?
There was no indication of that.
What John Hine told me was that when he went in to say, Ralph, we're leaving, we're really leaving. This is, how are you going to get home? Ralph said, just tell Ross to come back at such a time and pick me up.
Right. Yeah, he kept saying that.
And the other thing you should know, you know how Ralph has that iPhone that he's madly in love with, that he plays with like a baby?
Yeah.
So we wondered, he's got my cell phone number, he's got Ross's cell phone number, and he's got Howard's address in there. He's got this thing that he's in love with. Fucking thing runs out of batteries.
Oh, you're kidding. That's why.
That's another great part of the story.
Yeah, like, so we all decide to get him on a speakerphone and find out what's going on. And we tell him, hey, you're being an asshole. Artie went in and he goes, what? He claims
he doesn't remember.
I said, so what are you on? What kind of drugs are you doing? Because that ain't from
what's wrong
drinking.
with you?
He says, I swear I didn't I smoked a little weed at the concert. I drank, and that was it.
I said, what's the last thing you remember? I said, do you remember sitting next to Paul McCartney? And it was me, you, and Paul McCartney in the third row, I said. And we were, having a great time listening to Don't Come Around Here No More, the last song. And he goes, Art, I don't remember standing next to you and Paul McCartney. I totally would remember that, which explained to me why he wasn't that into him. But there was no indication of that night. He seemed to be all right.
So I said to Ralph, why didn't you go to a hotel? Oh, there were no hotels. I go, there's tons of fucking hotels. Why wouldn't you go to a diner and just wait till, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? He goes, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Somehow he latched on to some guy.
Yeah.
This is the mystery thing.
That he was driving around with.
And because his iPhone, the single biggest advancement in the history of technology, that he can't call anybody, he borrows the guy's cell phone to call Howard. So now the guy has Howard's
in his phone.
Yeah, so clearly the guy knew Ralph was. Of course, he knows Ralph and Howard.
That's why he's doing all.
And they're going up and down, and Ralph got out of the guy's car at one point and started yelling, "Does anyone know where Howard Stern lived?" And he said,
How
"Fuck
do you
it,"
know that?
because Ralph told us he did it. He goes, "At some point, I was desperate, dude. I'm sorry, but I was desperate."
Whatever he was on, he must have come off. But
he got next to a very big celebrity's house who lives next to Howard. That was like a landmark. There's another sort of very big celebrity there, and as there are all over the place. And so he knew that was close by, and we were like, well, then you couldn't get it it's only like a little ways further. He's like, no, I couldn't do it. I was yelling at Howard's name. I called him from this guy's cell phone. We go, who was the guy? How did you leave the guy? He's like, I have no idea what happened. Somehow I got on the jitney, the bus, back to the fucking city.
We don't believe any of that. We were like, what jitney did you get at 4:30 in the morning?
But he's back in Jersey City. He
did
had
get back
to be on a jitney,
But
right?
he found a guy that was willing to take him from the club to around the neighborhood of your house, drive him up and down the road, and then take him back to a place where the guy knew there was a bus Ralph could get.
Yeah, instantaneously, he's and supposedly stumbling blackout drunk. He finds a guy he also tried to get into a hotel. He goes, the hotel had no vacancy. So he finds that information out. He makes it somewhat back to Howard's house, makes phone calls, figures out his cell phone's dead, gets to the fucking bus stop. I couldn't do that coherent.
But he's a train wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like... So, and then I said, Ralph, do you remember? He goes, by the way, did someone give me money? I have a stack of 100. And I said, Ralph, I gave you $300. I said, you don't remember that? I put it right in front of your face. I go, dude, this is money for you to get home. He goes, yeah. He goes, actually, thanks for doing that. I didn't have a lot of money on me.
Yeah, but meanwhile, here's the kicker to that part of the story.
So he knew that I gave him the money, and I said, yeah, Ralph, that was me. And he goes, oh, thanks. That was nice of you. So.
Well, no. He said he didn't remember you gave him $300.
Right.
He said, I said to him, do you remember Artie giving you $300? He goes, oh, is that how I had a pocket full of money?
Right. Then we found that out on the phone. He said, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But didn't he say on the phone that he was going to give you the money back?
No, he never said that.
He never said that. So
listen to this.
When's that going to happen?
So now I'm packing Ralph's room up, which, by the way, is like spread out all over the house. I mean, like he
so it wasn't just in his room. You had to go all over.
It was just in his room, but he luxuriates and gets everything out and unpacked, and his books over here, and his this and his that. It's like he was there for 1 hour. You know what I mean? He was just there for an overnight visit.
And he really did leave a lit cigar on like a teak bar.
No. It actually wasn't lit. It was out. It was out.
So Howard and Beth picked up for him, packed for him, got a shirt out of a closet, figures out where his other shit is, and put these great homemade cookies they had, packed them up and put them in the bag.
You actually responded to the cookie request.
Yeah, he actually gave him cookies.
So we pack up his bag, and I go, now Artie's got to schlep Ralph's bag.
Real neatly. A packed up fucking bag waiting for me to take it back to Ralph.
So
after all this,
Artie decides that he'll make it easy for Ralph because Artie got a car to take him from the helipad to his house.
What happened is, so now I have Ralph's bag, okay? And it's like one of those sort of, lazy Sundays where, you're hungover. What do I want to do? me and Gary get the helicopter back. So, and again, the guy, there was an issue for the guy because I thought you were 3. He goes, no, we're only 2. And you could tell the guy had to change something. He goes, oh, whatever. I wish you would have told me that. So Ralph inadvertently fucks up that guy's day in some way. So we're on the helicopter, which is the greatest ride ever. And in the middle of the helicopter ride back to Manhattan, I go to Gary. I go, listen, after all this bullshit, I can make Ralph's life so easy right now. I had my guy who always drives me, my driver, Herb, picking me up at the helipad in Manhattan. And I said, he actually doesn't live that far from Ralph.
Right.
I could just tell the guy I'll give the guy Ralph's number and I'll give Ralph his number on his answer machine. And I'll say, guys, hook up at some point during the day. My driver will hand deliver you the bag, Ralph. And of course, though, he charges me for a ride for
Of
that.
course.
You know, okay. So Gary had some great advice. He goes, okay, number 1, you shouldn't do it because fuck him. But number 2, if you do it, it's out of your hair completely because you know he's got it. Now Ralph has a deadline. Ralph is skipping to it because he's got to get to California. He needed shit in that bag for California. So I agreed with the second part. I said, fuck it. I don't want this in my head. I call Ralph from the helicopter. I leave him a message saying, look, get in touch with this guy. He's going to have your bag in a Lincoln. Your bag will be driven in a Lincoln Town car to your house. I tell my driver when we land, I go, look, take this to this guy's house. He's like, fine. And he didn't plan on doing anything else on a Sunday. It was a special Sunday ride.
Right.
And I must get charged about $40, $50 for whatever that is. And I don't want the guy to do it for me for nothing. So Ralph calls me back when I land. He goes, dude, thanks so much. That was really, really great. The guy fucking took it right to me. And I really need all that shit because I'm going to California tomorrow. And he goes, by the way, I gave the guy a few dollars. And I go, oh, that's nice. That's nice. You gave the guy a few dollars. He goes, yeah. So thanks, man. And I said, well, have a good time in California, I guess. And he goes, great. I will. Thank you for everything. Because by now he realized he was wrong. He goes, look, I'm not really mad about last night. I'm sorry you had to, give me the $300. He even re-brought it up again, $300.
Right.
Now, knowing he's going to California, he says he gave my driver a few dollars as a tip.
Right.
So then we just hang up, and he's going to California. I say, good luck, have a good time. I call my driver. I go, did he give you anything for me? And he goes, no, he didn't give me a package for you at all. He didn't give me any money to give back to me. He's like, nope. And I go, what did he tip you? And he goes, not much. He goes, like under $10, so just a few dollars. And, I don't know the exact number, but Ralph might dispute that. I got to check from my guy. But the point is, now, am I right in assuming this is Ralph's mindset? Because this is what pisses me off. He's going to California. He doesn't have a lot of money on him. He figures, unless Artie brings it up, I'm not giving him back the $300. I got $300 cash on me. I'm taking this to LA.
Absolutely.
And fuck it.
Yeah.
You gave it to him, Artie. Why would you want it back?
You gave him the money.
Artie's fuming mad because, and rightly so.
Oh, absolutely.
That, dude, where's my $300 back?
Right.
I gave it to you.
He did that out of the goodness of his heart because he cared about Ralph, and Ralph is taking it.
I wouldn't even say, even if he said to me, look, I needed it. I used, what's the jitney? $50?
Say it's 100.
Right. So he would have said, look, I'm low on cash. Here's the balance of the $300. But, and again, I'll give Ralph a chance to explain himself, but I started to overthink it, and I really got fucking mad. I said his mindset was totally that Artie's not bringing this up, so I'm not going to bring it up. Right. I'm going to LA. I got an extra $300. Fuck it. I'm keeping it. After his bag got hand delivered, Ralph cost me $350.
Yeah.
On top of whatever, the helicopter would have been. And not until he didn't thank me for the helicopter, by the way, until he made this really cheap fat joke at lunch. We were all having lunch, and he makes this like dumb fat joke that I was sort of
pissed.
I was aggravated by it, and I don't care about fat jokes, obviously, but something about it rubbed me the wrong way. And Ralph could see I was pissed, and then he went, "Oh, by the way, Art, thanks for the helicopter. That was really nice." Yeah, and so again, it's like I don't know. I just it's that sense of entitlement with money. And it's not about the money, of course, but just he's going to claim I forgot, Art. I forgot, or
of course I was going to pay you back.
Is there any way I let him on in thinking you don't have to pay me that money back? I don't think I said that.
No. And in fact, I want to ask you guys a question because Ralph got mad at me on a wrap-up show a couple of weeks ago. He said that I'm the one who started this rumor, a fact about him that's wrong, that he has a sense of entitlement. But doesn't everything in that story show he feels he has a right to be on the helicopter, a right to have his bag delivered with cookies, by the
but
way.
Ralph knows that he has a sense of entitlement.
But how do you not know?
He wouldn't even recognize it because he's so entitled.
How does he not remember the whole night?
Because he's blacking out.
But Howard, a couple of hours later, when you're like that, he describes to the longitude and latitude where all the shit is in his room.
Yeah.
I got stuff a little bit to the right there. There's a shirt in the closet. In a black guy, I would remember had a shirt in a fucking closet.
But he wasn't drinking then. This is, you got him before and after blackout.
Oh, you got to hear this. We had a screening of The Matrix yesterday, right? So I was surprised that Ralph wasn't there because Ralph would be bugging me for weeks.
Right. I expected him to be there, and he wasn't.
Yeah, Ralph's the guy who, picks up my clothes for E.
Yeah.
My T-shirts.
Yeah, that was actually a major surprise that Ralph wasn't there.
Everybody, that one person you knew would be there was Ralph.
Listen to this. I get an email last night from Anne Marie and Laura. You got to hear this one. Ralph asked that he be taken off the mailing list and put on the phone calling list, as he doesn't check his emails daily. You sent the invite out on Friday, and he still hasn't checked his email. I know when you don't get a return receipt, you call people to make sure they've gotten the invite, and you called him yesterday and again today, but Ralph wants to get a call instead. He said he needs as much time as possible to get things together to attend these screenings.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the biggest joke. I'm going to frame this. Did you die?
I died when I read that. We just were in the office laughing because, it goes to the age-old question. What does Ralph do?
Nothing.
What is he rearranging?
Yeah, what couldn't
he make it?
Let's say he learned about it a half hour before it was happening. What could he do?
Get things
What does
together.
he get what together? He doesn't work except for coming over to my house for an hour.
And what could he not?
Girls, where you do like a lot of preparing, does he wear makeup?
But he had 2 days' notice, right? That's what he said.
Well, first of all,
he doesn't.
Why is he too busy not to check his email?
I don't know.
That's number one. Like, what else? I check my email 5 to 10 times a day.
And you know what?
Message there.
Half the time when you call Ralph, you can't get him because he's on the computer.
Yeah, he's always on.
While he's on the computer, he could check his email.
He's surfing eBay for Star Trek dolls.
And then he has a whole bunch of different email addresses. So, I'm sure he doesn't even know which one to check or which one he gave out to people. What is he doing in that apartment all day? And then he needs to be called, and it seems like they phone called him as well.
They called him twice, and he still didn't get it.
But and on top of it, he's brazen enough to send that email out.
Yeah, who cares if he's even there? Why would we?
He said he needs to call.
Who would call him?
He
even?
acts as if he's you. Don't you realize I need time to prepare?
It sounds like.
Listen to this. Ralph charged 20 overtime hours to E in Vegas. How is that possible? 20 overtime hours.
When was he working?
Well, there was one night he didn't leave Club Paradise till 5 a.m.
He worked for me for about 20 minutes.
There was no work that he did.
He packed my bag. He came to Vegas. And, I was saying I really don't need him to be in Vegas.
Right.
But I felt bad for him. I didn't want to leave him out. I said, I'm certainly capable of unpacking my bag and then just hanging up these shirts and putting them on.
Because he's not in the room dressing you.
No, well, he comes up and he dresses me because he wants to do something. But otherwise, he's by the pool or gambling.
So wait a second. That means for the 3 days that we were there, he worked 8 hours each day and then an additional 6 a day.
There's no way. There's just no way.
I saw him in the gym a lot.
Home. And now E is charged overtime?
Who wrote me that note? You got to talk to me about that. Come on in here.
Yeah.
Is that yeah?
I have never seen a picture of Beth. Not one.
Well, she was in FHM. She was in. Go to betho.com.
What?
Go to betho.com.
Oh, cool. I am dying to see what she looks like. And second, I was supposed to be on Get Me Out of Here Celebrity, but I turned it down.
That's funny.
Oh my God, I was like, there's no way.
They asked Beth to be on Celebrity Mole, and she goes, I don't want to be Chris Judd. She goes, and she's so right. And she goes, they want me on there because I'm your girlfriend. What does that got to do with my career? I model for a living. What would that, other than the fact that I'm your girlfriend, why would they want me? I said, well, of course. She says, I said, that's embarrassing to me.
They wanted her on the Celebrity Jungle thing?
No, Mold.
Celebrity Mold.
Wow.
They called her up.
The one thing I can say about that one is people don't sit around talking about their personal lives. Their personal lives don't come into it.
Yeah, but she just was like, They only want me because I'm your girlfriend. There's no other agenda than.
Well, you're supposed to be famous.
Right.
She's not.
She goes, I'm not famous. I'm famous for being your girlfriend.
Famous model.
No, she's not. She even said, I'm a model. I work every day. I do catalog shoots. I do magazines.
She's not even famous for being your girlfriend. They would have to write that. I mean,
Yeah.
famous is you don't have to tell me what that means.
Right. She says, I don't want to have a list of Howard Stern's girlfriend. Hey, Jessica, I got to go.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you. What were you going to say, John?
I was just going to say I put that note up about Ralph. That's a true story.
He billed him 20 hours overtime?
Yeah.
But what did he do?
When was he on overtime?
Come on, Robin Radzinski, come on in. Come on, just sit
we
right
gotta
up.
hear
I
this.
got to know. I
just want to know when the clock started.
Yeah.
Does he charge to be on the plane? Seriously.
How did he get...
I didn't put that note up. I mean, I didn't give the information to John. Somebody oversaw Ralph's time card, and he did bill 20 overtime hours.
Were you shocked?
Is there justification?
I'm always shocked at what Ralph bills back.
Wait a second, does he bill you, like, in other words, okay, he's at his apartment, and the car comes to pick him up to go to the airport. Is that the beginning of his workday?
I would assume. That's the only way I could justify doing it, that he had 2 travel days.
So we all did.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I only invited him because I felt bad leaving him out.
Yeah, you're like doing him a favor.
Yeah, I thought I was doing him a favor. I didn't know you had overtime.
Thanks.
But you know what?
No, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
For somebody that is in my line of sight, the least amount of time, he is the biggest pain in the ass.
Right.
Hey, Howard,
How is that possible?
Staff.
What does he do?
The stream ends in.
You know what? I feel really bad doing this over the air.
All right. Because he always asks me, he goes, why do people think I'm a pain in the ass? I go, I don't know.
He can't get his, he's never on time with the information that we need from him, which is very limited.
Right.
Numbers don't add up. Where he's spending this time still
it's a mystery.
Me.
Yeah.
It's a mystery. I really could go on and on, but I'd rather not.
Hey, Howard, can I say something? Come on. So we're talking, Ralph, if he put in 20 overtime hours, that means 60 hours in Vegas, right?
Right.
So I'm going to give him 10 hours traveling each way.
Right.
And I still want to know what happened to the other 40 hours.
I don't know, but he was at Siegfried and Roy with me. Yeah.
He's working?
I guess. I don't know. I just know he comes up to the room and unpacks the shirts.
You mean when he's sitting there on the set, he's working?
And by the way, I told him he didn't need to sit there. Yeah. I guess he could sit.
I guess that's what he's saying.
Because he's adjusting my shirt.
Okay, so there's 3 shows at 4 hours each, so there's 12. So now that's 32 hours.
Right.
What happened to the other 28?
Well, he's not actually working 40 full hours, and that's agreed upon.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, as long as you're happy with Ralph,
I am.
I'm happy with Ralph.
I love Ralph, but I'm just completely freaked out that Ralph couldn't make it to the Matrix screening because he didn't have enough lead time.
He's a very interesting character.
What?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, can we get him on the phone? Because I really need to know.
I'll try.
Why he needs
time.
so much advance notice.
Hold on. This is very difficult for me to make a call. I don't even know if I have to dial 9 or what.
You do have to dial 9.
I do.
Not be completed.
Yeah, you just
There
dial
we
9.
go.
You do that everywhere now.
No, you don't. Not my house.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm telling you, this won't work either. Yeah, I can't reach the phone thing. I can't see it. It's the most. I keep saying this for 10 years. You can't see the dialing apparatus.
Do you want me to dial it?
No, I mean, but why should I need you to dial a phone? That's why I don't make phone calls out anymore. Here, and I know I'm doing it right. And I got to lower it, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
There you go.
Did we inform him in advance we'd call?
Hey, it's Ralph. I'm not here. Please leave a message. Thanks.
Ralph, it's Howard. Pick up. We're on the air.
You little bitch.
I'm calling to prepare you for the Matrix 3 screening in December.
I'm gonna keep going, buddy.
Get ready. Ralph, pick up.
Save this date.
Save this date. June 4th, 2009.
Is that enough advance notice?
And don't bill me for this.
Oh
Oh my goodness! Yes, please tell us how you wound up with overtime.
Ralph, the night before Thanksgiving, I'll be needing a collared polo shirt.
And the radio station Christmas party is Wednesday this year, in December.
Well, we can't get him. We didn't give him enough advance on this phone call.
Do I get charged for Ralph attending movie screenings?
Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I would really,
be.
seriously, you have to ask him what he, like, exactly break it down for Vegas, because I'd love to know what he charges for. Does he charge for getting on a plane?
I would ask him, but I can't get a hold of him. Maybe he'll call back.
He'll call back about 9:30.
He might not.
When he wakes up.
Yeah, when he wakes up.
Oh, he usually calls about 9:30.
Yeah, because that's when he gets up.
Right.
And he told me that I work too hard. I'm stressed out.
Well, he would be right. Look at how much notice he needs for a screening.
He told me, you eat too much because you're up too many hours.
If you just sleep, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't eat. All right.
That's a wrap on that one, huh? I was gonna wrap it up, but we'll keep it going.
That crucial.
We'll keep it going.
He does my makeup, and then he just stands around in the room while I try to give him a hint, like, get out of the room, dude. So I don't know what to do about Ralph. He doesn't seem to listen when I tell him that he's annoying me. I don't think he believes it. You know what I mean? And I
don't think Ralph can help being annoying.
I even feel like my throat gets tight just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell you. To him, he's like, hey, man, what's the big deal? I'm just standing here. I'm not bothering anybody, but you're bothering somebody just standing there. All right, Ralph, you get your wish. Come in here and let me yell at you.
And I heard that at Jackie's party the other day, somebody was mentioning to him that he was now a TV star, and he got this big smile on his face.
Dude, I know you're not going to understand what I'm saying. You're not even going to understand what I'm saying, but in a lot of subtle ways, you want to be in here, and this is a way for you to get in here. But I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to last. I'll just have somebody else do it. I mean, listen, Ralph's very talented. That's why I put up with it. And I like Ralph a lot. He's a friend of mine. I consider Ralph a friend, a close friend. I mean, I like to hang out with Ralph as much as the next guy. But when it comes to a working relationship, you've got to learn to, like, not be you're the only thing that's irritating me about the new E! Show. I've already told the E! people I want him out of here after he does my makeup, and just to leave me with a powder puff so I can puff my face down if I get sweaty.
I promise that we'll have this all worked out.
Yeah, all you got to do is you walk in, you blow dry the hair, which is no problem. You do it quick. He's good at that. You do the makeup. You don't sit there and paint.
You know, I was kind of waiting to do something after.
I know you were, but forget that. It's not the time to do it. Read the signals. You saw me looking over at you as you were packing your stuff up, and you knew you were annoying me. You knew it.
I know.
Most people would take the vibe and walk out of the room.
I don't know that most people would, but Ralph especially ignores every signal.
Yeah, every signal. And I was like being subtle about it. Then all of a sudden, I got to, it's just, my mind is on Ralph and not on my reading. From now on, I want you have 10 exact minutes. Blow out the hair, put the makeup on, and get out.
I need a little bit more than 10, but.
Well, 10 is fine. You should be able to practice at it and see how fast you can do it. You know, like that guy who talks fast? What's his name?
John Machida.
John Machida. You should be the John Machida of hair blowing and makeup.
Yes.
And then get out of the room. Go hang out with Gorilla. Hang out with anyone you want. I don't care. Hang out with Rob. Let her get ready.
I was sitting there. I was trying to get something done today. You know.
I know you were. I know, Ralph.
Said that was a good idea.
Whatever you think is important for you to get done, it's more important for me to concentrate on my show.
You're absolutely.
Because without this show, you have no job. I have no job. Robin has no job. Fred has no job. And Jackie will be back in the whore clubs.
You mean he's the linchpin that could make this all
Yeah,
tumble?
because I'm really getting annoyed with him.
We'll work it out.
All right.
You know, this is
just walk
like
in and get out of the room.
We got bugs to work out in the whole
No, there's
show,
no bugs to work out because really, Ralph, your whole life revolves around that 10 minutes of makeup. So you're into it, and you know his whole job for the whole day is that 10 minutes right in there.
Listen,
dude.
When we started,
dude, now I'm gonna dude you. Now I'm gonna dude you.
Dude, in the beginning. Monday took me maybe 25 minutes to a half an hour.
Why is that?
I got it down to like 15 minutes already. So I'm getting
now
better
you're going to get it down to 10.
day.
Now here's what your goal is.
Down to 10.
10. So you're so not annoying that you become invaluable to me.
There's special days like your hair looks a little extra frizzy today, so I'm going to have to put some more junk in it.
Yeah.
There's things I got to do that you don't even realize.
While my look is important to me, I would like to look attractive on television. It is really not that crucial. Okay, I'm not a pretty boy.
It's a sidebar.
It's a sidebar. And I mean very sidebar. The beauty on the show is Robin.
No.
Not-
I don't know.
not-
She's
not-
got that covered.
Not in that little nostril cam shot.
Get out of the room. Don't ever insult Robin's
See,
Robin or
he
Robin's camera.
always
Get
goes
out.
Too far.
Get out. Get out. You're no longer on TV. If you notice, they haven't been putting Ralph on TV lately. On the TV show, the 23 minutes that they pick,
hmm
they've not been picking Ralph on purpose.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They're trying to work the show around Ralph.
Yeah, they're trying to cut around Ralph
They're
because
picking the moments he's not there.
no, you know why? Because everyone knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And we want to discourage it. And I have no problem. People say to me, "Do you mind the camera being on you?" I say, absolutely not. In fact, I forget it's there after 5 minutes, and I like playing to it. I like holding up the pictures. Here's another picture of Ralph. Stare into my berry. You are getting sleepy. You are getting sleepy.
Oh, that's funny.
There it is. You see? You want to know when Ralph's doing a good job? When I walk in here and he's not on my mind. That's when
right.
he's doing a good job. So far, he's doing a miserable job.
Well, this is a double-edged sword for Ralph. In one
Ralphie
sense,
gay.
he'd love to stay with you,
Yeah, but he won't stay with
but
me
in
if this
another sense, he
continues.
loves the airtime. What's he gonna do?
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. If I have another week of this, I'm going to burst. So now that we're doing a TV show, Ralph, the annoying hairdresser, is in here
Ralphie
every
gay.
minute fixing my hair, and it's like
Ralphie
I
gay.
like to use the time in the commercials to sort of take a moment to take a breather, collect your thoughts, think about what you want to do next. And now every minute it's Ralph, and Ralph hums behind me, makes commentary. He's right in on everything. And I like Ralph. Don't get me wrong. I like hanging out with Ralph.
I won't bother you every break. It just your hair's a little dry, and I just had to fix it up.
Yeah, I know.
Yo,
but you don't
Ralph!
understand. I need
I know.
some downtime away from you, Ralph.
Bro.
And if you do come in, don't hum or talk.
Well, he has this thing like you know. Usually my
I told you something important.
30 years ago, bro.
yeah, but you can go tell
29
Gary that.
years
You don't
ago.
have to tell me.
20.
And he has an annoying voice. You know how he's like, yeah, you know, yeah.
So I'll speak louder. How's
Yeah, that's better.
that? Okay.
And wear a bag over your head.
Yeah.
Give that plastic back to him. See how he looks.
I was watching the TV show when Ralph was on, and they didn't show Ralph's big purple tooth and gum. You do it now,
How
so
does
maybe it'll get on tonight's show. Just
Maybe
do a
not.
big smile. Look at the black around the. Let me just do commentary while maybe
While-
they can
while the
even
camera
circle the
rolls.
tooth. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you smile bigger.
Okay.
All right, you see, not only is his tooth look funny, but it's got a big purple ring around it on the gum. An aura.
It's a glowing aura.
And there's if you notice, there's to the upper, I guess, right hand
But
of your
show
screen.
your bottom teeth. Your teeth are pretty messed up too.
Yeah, I noticed on the close-ups my bottom teeth look real bad. I'm gonna go have
Go
Dr.
like
Kaufman.
This. Go
Yeah,
like this.
Let me see.
I'm gonna have Dr. Kaufman fix them and bleach them.
Yeah.
Because it looks real bad. My lower teeth. I inherited my teeth genetics from my father, whose teeth are like green.
I'm gonna have him fix mine too.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know if he can get near that mouth. How long has it been since you've been to a dentist?
No, I went to him like 3 months ago and had a cleaning. But
Okay.
I had a big meeting yesterday on the phone with the E people, and I said, you know, you guys are working a little too close to my face with the cameras. I said, this is not a face made for intense close-up scrutinization. You know, I saw Tom
Pull back
Chiusano.
at
I saw Tom Chiusano on the first E show, and he looked absolutely beautiful. Fred was in here
No
going,
makeup, nothing.
yeah. Fred goes, God, Tom's gorgeous. I said, yeah.
Everybody now sees what I've been seeing.
Yeah.
see?
in love with him.
It's unbelievable.
It's very difficult to work with Tom.
Yeah, it really is.
I see what Robin sees.
I saw what Robin saw a long time ago, but man, on TV, he's beautiful.
He is a perfect bone structure.
Yeah, he's a nice-looking guy.
Good skin color.
And me, they're on intense close-ups of my face, and my teeth look. I mean, I noticed my teeth too. It was awful. But
Really?
at least my gums are good. You got gum disease.
It's just this one right here.
What did Dr. Kaufman say about your gums? Did he say that they're diseased?
No.
What did he say? That big...
I needed a cleaning. I need another cleaning too.
Yeah, maybe you need like 12 cleanings.
I need to be cleaned
How
every
many
day by
cleanings
him.
will it take before that area turns white?
Yeah, snaggletooth. Like when will it start looking normal?
I don't know. Probably never.
Snagglepuss. And then if you notice Ralph's berry, that's something you could remove.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't take it off. You
He's
think I
sort of
should?
attached to it, I think.
Is it? I think I should remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind, you know what? It doesn't look so bad when I'm far away from you, but you get close, you see all it's red, and I don't know how close
You
the
know,
camera
I-
can get on it. But here, let me use my pointer.
I was at a strip club one night. Yeah, I never really think about it. I was at a strip
Hey,
club
look,
one night.
see right here. If you get very close,
It starts to look. It has dimension to it and has
girth.
It has
It's very
girth.
well
Berries.
raised.
Yeah.
And you wonder exactly
Prince of
where it's
berries.
attached.
I remember once, like
Yeah.
4 years ago, Robin said, I was looking at it. I just want to take my fingernail and
Prince of
flick it off.
berries.
I know, and it's almost like a mood berry because when he gets really upset, his face turns red and the berry
That
turns
was good.
purple.
Yes.
And like when he's happy, it's almost greenish in color.
What color is it now?
Right now, it's turning almost purple.
I'm not upset though.
Yeah, but I don't know.
might be
You might
off.
be a little
A
flush or
little
embarrassed.
nervous or something.
Plus, your berry was in the sun yesterday. That tends to throw it
I was
off.
sunning my berry.
Yeah.
I put a little sunblock on it so it wouldn't get
I
too
wish
red.
Gary, our producer, would take his big teeth and bite off Ralph's berry.
Ralph
There's
might
a
bleed
show.
to death.
Ralph's teeth are more rotten than OJ's marriage. Because look at this. Look, let me show the camera. What the hell? Let me show the camera.
Let this be a lesson to every child out there.
This tooth right here has
It's done?
yeah, that one has the ring around it. Look around the gum. But look at all the teeth over here. This row. Move your finger. They're almost green.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
are
oh,
they?
take a look in the mirror.
No, I brush my teeth.
And
all
you
the
have that
time.
one fake tooth that's completely white, and all the rest are
Well,
completely
you know,
different color.
you know, like black guys have that big gold tooth. I'm
Yeah.
doing something different. I have a big white tooth.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you get out of here? I really don't want to talk about Ralph on today's show.
Just don't be annoying
Too
during
late.
the commercials.
Right. Don't annoy me because it really. And you know what he does? He's like messing around with my hair, and he's like pulling on it and stuff. And I go, Ralph, dude, you don't understand something. The content of this show is more important right now than you fotzing with my hair because he doesn't like the way it looks with the headphones on, and he wants a certain amount of hair cascading into my face.
I see.
And I can dig where he's coming from, but I need some downtime to sort of mellow out. And he's back there going, hey, man, hey, man. And then I go, Ralph, can you quiet down? Oh, I'm sorry. I go, I'm asking you to quiet down because I'm trying to think. Oh, okay.
That was when I was doing your hair in the back this
Yeah.
morning.
Well, like when I come in the morning, I want to read the newspaper and know what's going
hum
on.
for 2 seconds.
And he's like,
I'm happy.
Yeah, and it's like the guy wants to badly be noticed, and he's got to understand, I can't talk to him then. It's not going to, this whole thing isn't going to
You
work.
were talking to me. I didn't even say anything.
But
to
he
you
was
when you
being
started
polite,
talking to me.
probably.
Oh, dude. And then he goes like,
You love me.
then I'm looking at O.J. Simpson stories, and they have different pictures of girls O.J. dated and great pictures of O.J.'s ex-wife, who's a real knockout.
Hey now.
And Ralph's like, yeah. Ralph's like behind me going, hey now. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Don't
sorry.
disturb.
Yeah, like, and you know, he's like a little kid. He looks at the pictures.
I didn't care what they said.
Hey no. We got a great story about Ralph and all this shit. But
Really?
Yeah.
I have
Wow.
results concerning a bet that you guys might have had too about Ralph.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
Oh, wait, are we going to learn all about this?
There's a big Ralph incident happened.
A major Ralph thing.
What is a major Ralph incident?
Well, we're going to get to it.
Oh,
There's a lot to get
See,
to.
now I'm totally intrigued.
Anyway, so the night before Artie shows up, I invited Artie out to stay at my place because out there in the Hamptons, they were having a concert with Tom Petty.
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of cool. Because it's not a lot of people. It's like 1,500 people tops.
Right.
And they serve a dinner and the whole thing. And that's pretty cool to see a guy
Unbelievable, yeah.
in that small a setting. So anyway, the night before, I got invited over the guy who owns Sirius's house,
Uh-huh.
Leon, and I went over, and he usually has a dinner party for a few people every year, and of course I go.
Uh-huh.
He's a good guy, and this time though it was a little bit bigger party on the beach and everything. And then he built this structure on his house, and he had Tom Petty show up at his house and play for all of us.
Jeez.
Wow.
Play for me.
Yeah. Well.
No, man, I have not. They're online. I'll probably live stream them one of these days. After I get done with the Ralph stuff.
We're going to have a real stutterer in here. John the Stutterer is coming by.
How's he doing?
Well, I know he used to be on our show a lot, and I even gave him his own talk show. And then abruptly, he kind of turned on the whole show. He got very upset that I guess Ralph is paid more money than he gets paid.
Oh dear. When did he get the list of salaries?
I don't know, but he heard that Ralph got paid, and he felt he should be paid. He should be at least paid as much as Ralph. I don't know that he's wrong. I don't know how all that works. But, I just thought that John the Stutterer wanted a place where he could talk where I didn't interrupt him.
Right.
Because I got to keep the show moving. And that was my whole thought. I said, look, if you want to really have a say about things, why don't I just give you, like, if I had put him on the phone for an hour uninterrupted, he would have been fine. Instead, I said, why don't you just do it on a good microphone and I won't be here to interrupt you. And then he wasn't fine. He wanted to be paid a certain amount of money. I guess Tim only had so much money in the budget.
Right.
And I don't even know why we are paying Ralph to do a show.
I didn't know Ralph was being paid.
I didn't either. I wouldn't pay either one of them. Honestly. I think it's a good practice for Ralph if he wants to be on the radio to have a place he can go and talk.
Right.
But so I don't know that I disagree with John the Stutterer. I guess I disagree only that Ralph shouldn't be paid just like him. And that's it.
So maybe Ralph's salary gets taken away.
Yeah. But whatever. That's the one thing I'm going to say to John the Stutterer. So, okay, so Ralph gets paid. Now you're going to ruin it for him? That ain't very manly.
Yeah, because it's not like John's going to get paid. The most that can come out of this is Ralph won't get paid.
Right. Ralph will have his money taken away. And so John has no more show here. And then John stopped calling into the show and stuff. And I was like, well, that's a shame. I like John the Stutterer. And he listened because he was a fan.
Right.
He was just a fan of the show. And he liked coming on and getting attention. And all of a sudden, he's just like, now it's like all about the money and everything. And I was just like, dude.
It's like an illness with some of our people.
Yeah. I kind of give him a show. It's like Riley. I gave him a show because why not? I thought it'd be funny. And I never even thought we'd have to pay him a dime. I thought he'd be able to go somewhere.
Yeah, I thought he'd appreciate it.
When I select someone to give him a show, it's basically I'm letting you have the audience for an hour uninterrupted where I don't interrupt you. And you can sell your dumb, website and your trinkets and those little drawings he makes. And I thought, well, okay, he's getting something out of it and I'm getting something out of it. And that's the arrangement.
Somehow he didn't see it that way.
No, he started to see it as a job where we should be paying him a lot of money. And I was like, dude, your show's horrible. You're never going to make money in radio. And if I'm wrong, go prove it.
The great thing is that he always argues that he's making you a lot of money. He's bringing in listeners.
He's making me no money. If he's on the channels or not, it's irrelevant. Honestly, no offense, guys. I love when you're on the channels and I love when you have an hour to talk to the audience and I'm happy to do it for you. But I make no extra money from you being on. If all of you went away, I'd still make the same salary. So everyone gets it in their head that there's money to be made here. There isn't. Trust me. And then they get into, well, you make a lot of money. And I go, well, yeah, I do. But you don't. You're a caller. And instead of you calling in, I'm going to select you because you're one of the better callers and you're one of the more interesting callers. I'll allow you to get on the radio and have some fun. And if you don't want to do it, it's fine. Don't get all worked up.
Yeah, but you don't have to stop calling the show. The thing you used to do.
You used to love calling the show. That's what I'm going to say to John the Stutterer. But why would you take that away from yourself? You love it. And if you do, and by the way, I don't think I've suffered without John the Stutterer.
No, I hadn't really noticed that he wasn't calling.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've explained that to Riley 97 times, but he doesn't want to hear it. And he goes, well, that's it, man. I'm going to quit. I go ahead. You're done. Well, I have a contract, certainly. I mean, you won't even pay a motherfucker basic sustenance. And I'm like, well.
You're keeping him
I
on
can't wait
welfare.
to-
Yeah.
So I do a Riley
I'm like,
stream,
well,
man.
then quit
Riley
doing the
Martin
radio show
stream
and
is
get
gonna
yourself
be
a real job. Because
awesome.
this ain't a job. This is you calling in from home. In fact, he does it on an ISDN line. He might as well say, he is calling in from home. What's he doing? Oh. And here's an opportunity. He used to come on for free on my show and try to sell his trinkets.
Sure.
So I said, here's an hour to go sell your trinkets. Have fun. Holy smokes.
Yeah, every negotiation period, he's up in arms, he's striking, he's going to quit, he's going to take his show somewhere else. Somehow, though, he keeps winding up right back here.
I know.
All right. He's late, he's great, and he stutters. It's John the Stutterer. We're going to bring him in.
John,
Hi, how you doing?
welcome back, man.
Well, thank you.
I missed you, sir.
Well, thank you. Same here.
Good seeing you again, man.
Well, thank you. Same here. We'll keep going on and on.
Yeah, you
charade. Yeah.
No, I genuinely am.
Well, thank you.
You're one of my favorites.
Well,
right
thank
this way. So what have you been up to? What's new? What brings you back today?
Well, not much. What brings me back? Well, my initial, admittedly, my intention was completely out of self-interest. One day when I was out after I went for my normal checkup with my hot primary care physician, I met this guy, and he claimed that he could get me an appearance. So to make a long story short, the appearance didn't come through as is usual in my life. Things don't transpire. One
here. Yeah, if you want to do some quick stuff on him. I mean, you got the gist of it from this morning. He hates Ralph. He says he's been going to speech therapy though. That's new for like a year and a half, but it's not doing anything for him. He still, when he has any extra money, he goes to a prostitute, but he won't have sex with them. It's only he'll perform oral on them, and they'll perform oral on him.
That is so weird.
Because
he was pretty late, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was half an hour late.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much time for him.
Well, I mean, yeah.
How much time do you need? Does John not think you can get a venereal disease or an STD from going out on a woman?
I don't think he cares.
Because why would you want to put your mouth where
I don't know.
hundreds of people have been?
What's worse than what he's got now?
Yeah, he's just like, I want to die.
His face could fall off.
Yeah, like I said, John the Stutterer is here. I don't understand his giving up his radio show. I never will. But we used to have a little radio show for him, but he got angry. Hey, John, good to see you. There he is, John the Stutterer.
Okay.
You know, I was saying to Robin this morning, I was trying to figure you out. And I know.
Oh, where is Robin? She's no longer over there.
Robin doesn't like coming into work anymore. She occasionally shows up on an ISDN line.
Oh, okay.
No, she's what, Robin, what should I tell John the Story? He wants an official statement from you. No, Robin yet. She will be back. Okay. Maybe. There she is.
No.
Okay. What is that noise?
Hi, Robin. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that noise is. You hear that?
I hear some
Hold on.
air.
It's not your mic. It's not Fred's mic. It's not my mic. It's John the Stutterer's mic.
Oh.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just broken.
Yeah.
Who cares? I'll
Wouldn't
just put up
John
with it.
get a broken mic?
Yeah, well.
Want to switch him?
All right, switch him out. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, it was annoying the hell out of me. Oh, much better. Beautiful. Glad I did that. You all right?
Yeah, it's just that I was in a rush to get here, and when I got off the train, I kind of jogged, and I'm sweaty. And
I know you're late. I only have a couple of minutes, so I want.
Well, I got the first train here.
Right.
And as usual, I feel horrible and I look horrible. So
Let's get to it. Why is he no longer?
Well, I know why. Let me help John out here for a second, but I want to work through this with him. You know, you used to have a radio show on here, and I thought for a guy who's pretty tortured in life, it was a fun thing for you. And the way I looked at it, and I know you were upset because you found out that Ralph was getting a salary for doing his show. But, you know, leaving Ralph out of it, and I can't explain to you. I'm
not leaving him out.
But I'll get to it.
He can't.
But, you know, for you, you're a guy who likes to call into the show. You love speaking to the listeners. The way I look at it is, These shows,
Rock and Roll John.
I don't care if they're on or not, but for you, I thought it would be fun because you get to speak for an hour without being interrupted by me. You got your thoughts out. You're a caller anyway, so I figured, hey, let John have his hour to say whatever he wants. It's never going to be a money-making proposition. I can't explain to you why Ralph gets paid. I don't even know the answer to that.
Well,
But
I
don't pay Ralph either. Who cares?
Well, my main argument is this. My main argument, I suppose, if you say that you don't have control over it, I suppose I believe you. I suppose then
I guess I could have control over it. I should look into it.
The man that I
had
have
for Ralph's salary.
I didn't arrange for Ralph's salary.
I suppose the man that I have the most argument with, then, of course, is Tim. In the great words of Riley Martin, cheap motherfucker Sabian.
Yeah, but let me say something about
and
Riley.
What I can't Ralph gets special preferential treatment as he always has.
Let me answer to you. First of all, to follow Riley is insanity. Riley is a maniac, and I'll tell you why. I said to Riley, I think Riley's one of the more interesting callers, as you are. But I said to Riley, look, you keep calling during my show. I can't take all these calls from you. If you want, I'll give you an hour. You can do whatever you want. And instead of calling in to me, you'll have direct access to the audience. You can speak for an hour. You want to sell all your trinkets. You want to sell your website. You want to sell your books. Go ahead. Suddenly, he started to believe that he's the reason people are tuning into the channel. I said to him, Riley, if you don't like doing the show, it's like if you don't like calling into the show. Basically, he calls into the show. I said, if you don't like it, don't do it. I'm not, he thinks it's going to be a living and he's going to make money doing this. I said to him, no. I said, whether you're on the channel or not is irrelevant. It doesn't make me a dime.
Well,
it's the same with you. I did it because you liked it and you have a miserable life. You live with your parents. You hate everything that's going on. You even, you lick the assholes of prostitutes, which is going to give you a disease. I'm worried about
listen,
you.
Howard.
I thought you would have been a great outlet for you.
Now, it may not transpire for Riley. He may not become a big celebrity like you.
Right.
But Ralph won't either. And that
I agree with you.
And that ugly, no talent, snaggletooth scumbag Ralph, he should not be getting. And my word to fat Tim is,
but Riley gets paid.
But Ralph should not be getting paid more than Jackie, Riley.
But Tim thinks he's more valuable.
The people on the intern show, he gets special preferential.
How do you know what he makes, by the way? I don't even know what he makes.
But I have heard that he gets paid more than everyone on 101 except for
Well, should John Hine get more money than you guys? But John Hine is just one of the listeners I took and gave a show to.
Because John Hine,
why?
Yeah, but
why should John Hine get more?
And hardly anyone listens to Ralph's.
But look what you did. But listen to me.
And it is still on the air. Lots of people
But listen to what you did.
To Riley and Jackie's show and the intern show and the super fan.
But I don't care about any of them.
They should be very pissed off at Tim because Ralph gets paid more than those people.
So let me answer.
And if you take phone calls, these people will agree.
But let me ask you
Ronnie's show should still be on the air. You should put it as you did with JD. You should put Ralph's show in the hands of JD. You put Ronnie's show in the hands of JD, and Ronnie no longer has a show. Why don't you put Ralph's show in the hands of JD?
Okay, let's say you're right about it.
Because
why don't you listen to me?
Special preferential treatment.
You stopped listening to me.
Yeah.
First of all, you're not the program director. You don't make those decisions. By your logic, I should have made the same money that Booker made on K-Rock. I don't agree. Now, look, it's not communism. It's the program director's decision. But look what let's say I agree with you. I agree with you. Some people are better than others. But by your logic, John Hine, then Ralph, so John Hine shouldn't get any money, or Ralph should get any money.
Fans have come when I go to say my doctor or something, because that is the only.
But let me finish my statement.
Time that I go out and I see people. Fans come up to me and they don't even know when Geek time is on.
All right, listen to me.
Nobody listened to it.
All
But
right, let's assume you're
Ralph
right.
is a kiss ass, and he loves her, and Tim is a kiss ass.
But let's assume.
And for some reason, everyone around here is afraid of Ralph.
I'm not afraid of Ralph.
Everyone loves Ralph's opinion. Why is everyone around here so afraid of Ralph?
Can I say something?
Ralph is a scumbag.
Can I say something? All right.
He's nothing.
Let's say someone around here thinks Ralph is talented. Let's just say.
But he's not.
All right. Let's say you're right.
Well, you know,
But
there are
look
lots
what's
of
happened.
opinions about talent.
Right, but let's concentrate on you for a second. So what you've done is cut off your own nose to spite your face. So because you don't like Ralph,
paid $150 for that show. I should
have gotten paid
more
anything.
People listened to my show than fucking Ralph's
why don't
show.
you listen and learn something? Maybe I know something. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I know something. My point is, you should have received $0. You were a phone caller who
and Ralph is too. He should get
Forget
nothing.
Ralph for a second. You're
and
obsessing
Donald
on
Trump
Ralph.
is a fucking psycho, rug-headed Trump the hump.
Where'd that
He's a
I
wacko.
don't know.
And you're afraid to say anything about
I
Trump
like
the
Donald
hump.
Trump, and I love
He's
his
a nut.
opinions.
He's a nut.
Whether he's a nut, I agree with Donald Trump on some things, and I
He's a
disagree.
nut.
And I'm
He's a
not
nut.
afraid of Donald Trump.
He's a nut.
Okay. You feel he's a nut.
He is a nut.
See, if you had your show, you could still
when
say
Sarah
You mean if I disagree
Palin
with you,
said-
I'm afraid?
When
If I
Sarah
disagree with you
Palin
about Ralph, I'm afraid of
questions-
Ralph?
When Sarah Palin or Rick Santorum questions Obama's birth certificate, they're nuts. But when Trump the hump says it, he's not a nut.
Didn't I say that he's wrong about that? And it's silly to obsess on that it makes no sense and it ruins his credibility?
And Trump the hump
Wait,
called
you don't answer.
Santorum a nut. He's a nut too.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I hate Trump.
Okay, fair enough. John,
and he's
John,
questioning Obama's. Obama hasn't even raised taxes. Clinton's top tax rate was 40%. Obama hasn't even raised taxes. But to Trump, he golfs with Clinton. He loves Clinton, but he doesn't like Obama. And the reason for that is Clinton is white and Obama is black.
Okay, listen.
Well, John, this is why
Let me
we
get
gave
done.
you a show.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is-
but I should be getting paid more than Ralph.
Yeah, but
and
John-
Riley and Jackie should be getting paid more than Ralph. The intern should be getting paid
But
more
these are
than
your
Superfan-
opinions. This is not,
And
you're not the
Tim
program
is a fat,
director.
cheap fuck.
Yeah, but you're not the program director. So let me get back to you. Forget everyone else. Forget me, forget the channel. I'm talking about you. Just listen to my point.
Yeah.
My point is, you're a guy who sits at home. You love to have your opinions heard. On my show, I can't give you that much time. I can't. I'm doing a whole show. So I say to you, hey, here's an hour show. Do with it whatever you want. Instead of calling in and getting interrupted, feel free to talk all you want, because I take that and do that for certain callers. So now what you've done is you've silenced yourself, and it's fine by me. I did it for you. I felt it was a great outlet for you. It gave you an opportunity to get out there. I feel you've been shunned. You've been an outcast. You live at home. You get depressed. And when you did
And I'm
the
a
show,
loser.
No, and when you did the
I'll
show,
never get a woman. No.
but when you did the show, it
my
makes you a winner.
Ship has sailed. My ship.
No, you're a
and
young
the only way
guy.
I would do it is if I get paid with that. With that, no
you don't have to do
ugly,
it.
snaggle-toothed, low-life, disgusting scumbag Ralph Cirella gets
Well,
paid.
then, and now who suffers? Ralph doesn't care. You lose, he wins. He won
Geek
again.
Time's still on the air.
He won again. You used to be able to get on the air and talk about what a scumbag Ralph is, and now you can't. So you've silenced yourself. You've taken away one of the few joys in
Well,
your
I
life,
say,
and you lose.
boycott Geek Time and boycott Trump and boycott Tim Sabian because he's a prick.
Well, I don't feel Tim Sabian is a prick. He's a friend of mine, and
Well,
he's a
he's a
hardworking
prick.
guy. He's not. And I disagree with you. And if that makes me afraid of Tim Sabian, then I'm afraid of him. I'm not afraid of anybody. But my point is, and I'll always be honest with you, that I feel you've hurt yourself over some misguided sort of agenda.
And he comes in here and he's screaming a bunch of other people's names. Was he nominated to be their spokespeople?
I don't know. And Jackie's show is better than Ralph's show.
Well, I know
where are you
the way
getting this?
people feel about Ralph around here, but for some reason, everyone is so afraid
why do
to
you say
come out and say.
afraid?
Everyone seems to be so afraid of Ralph.
Tim
they
tells
think
me
that Ralph's opinions are so great.
Tim tells me, well, that's the point. Tim thinks Ralph's onto something with his show.
But nobody listens to it.
You don't know that.
Oh, yes, I do.
How do you know
because
that? Do you
people
have the
come up to me
research?
and they don't even know about the show.
Tim has a way of knowing how many people are listening.
He's done his own independent research.
But I don't even care. So let's say you win. I'll say to you, I'm going to take Ralph off the air. You're now off the air. I'll take Riley off the air. I'll take away these shows from you. Will you want me to do that?
Ronnie's show off the air.
I did.
Ronnie's
it was
show
terrible.
should fit.
I didn't think it was good. That's your opinion, but these are my channels. Get your own channels and you can make the decisions. And I chose you because I thought you had something to say and it would have been fun to give you an hour. But I don't need to have you on the air, John.
I don't want to show anyway.
You're happy
I just
without
want to play in traffic.
Well,
or jump in front of a train.
Is that why you don't wear rubber when you're with these prostitutes? And I know you don't fuck them.
No,
you eat
it's
them
not.
out.
No, that's not the reason. Because it's the only way I can
get off
to get a woman.
You see,
I can't get a woman without.
I feel if you had had the show and you had something going on, maybe a woman would have been in your future. Maybe you go on Ronnie's block party.
But I have been coming on this show since August 1999.
Right.
I have never had an opportunity to get a woman, or should I say,
right, Benji?
Yeah, but John, what you just said, I think, was a big mistake. You said at clubs, the girls don't respond to me like that.
Yeah, clubs are the worst. Can you pick up a girl at a club? I can't.
I can't talk at a club.
Me neither. It's the worst.
But I can't even get laid at swingers clubs.
I know. Well, that's pretty bad.
Oh, wow. It is.
You need to go there with a
You're
chick.
living at
bro.
home still.
Well, yeah,
You're depressed.
I was. I had been for 12 years.
Right.
Oh.
Rush Limbaugh. So what? Who cares? I'm not
But
going to
when
sit
it
there
comes-
and think you don't, but you do.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry you're not feeling good. And I do wish you would do this show. I'll fire anybody.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway.
Howard, can I just, before you go, John, which call are you talking about? Is that the one where we use clips of you to call a guy named Ralph?
No. The great Sal and Richard would know. It was a few years ago when they called that asshole.
I'll work on it.
We'll work on it. All right. Ralph is on your mind. You know that song, You Are Always on My Mind? Ralph is always, I should write a song for you. Ralph is always on John's mind.
By the way, Howard, I thought it was great that you played a clip of the great Yes
with
doing the reworking of the Paul Simon song America. But Yes's version is so much better.
Yeah, I
it's
love
long,
it.
expanded. Yeah,
I love that song.
And Steve Howe is a great underrated guitar player. I think that with the exception of the great Hendrix, that Steve Howe is number 2.
Really? That's very bold.
Because
better than,
Steve Howe is a technical.
You're saying he's better than Eddie Van Halen?
virtuoso. Of course he is.
Wow.
Absolutely. There's Hendrix. There's Steve Howe. There's Clapton. Jeff Beck.
John, I wish we had more time. I got to take a break.
Ask Fred. He knows.
Right. That's
Where does Eddie Van Halen come on that list?
Fred is afraid of you. Finally, someone is afraid of you.
No. I love Fred.
I have to say Eddie's number 2.
I love Fred.
Eddie is number 2.
I love Fred.
All right.
How you doing? Your health is okay?
Well, yeah. I'm going to Temple University for speech therapy.
Well, how's that working out?
Not well.
No change?
Nah. 1 minute.
What do they use? Like a behavioral thing where you feel sounds in your mouth, or
Yeah, stuff like that.
And interrupting?
And techniques and breathing techniques and all stuff like that.
And it doesn't work.
Nah, not so far. But we'll see how it goes out.
Nevertheless, today, much like
Yeah,
at the very
at
beginning.
first, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't hear as much sort of hesitation.
And even now when you're talking.
So do you think you're doing something differently even here?
Well, I don't know what's
I think
going
you
on.
are.
Yeah.
I think it might be working and you're not realizing because it's such a subtle, slow change.
Yeah.
Well, it's good seeing you.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. And I'll tell Ralph, I don't think you're right about Ralph's salary, but
He's not. You're not. You're really not.
You're not. I don't think.
I know. I happen to know that Tim doesn't have money to pay Ralph more than everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything.
Oh, then
But it is
I'm
funny,
wrong.
but
I'm wrong then, maybe. But I just brought it up.
I like that you think Ralph's a high-paid guy. That's really good.
My man, John. Are you going to heed Howard's advice? Did anything he said today hit home with you?
Anything at home with? Well, I still don't necessarily believe him about that scumbag Ralph.
Scumbag.
Any advice? No.
What about not concentrating on others, not comparing yourself to others, not getting yourself all worked up about things beyond your control?
Well, in this case, I don't really think it's appropriate because I think that there is a genuine injustice here. And as I just alluded to,
You're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah.
How you doing? Listen, I want to know, when are you going to start your parody contest?
Song parody contest? I was talking to K-Rock Management about that. This year, see, I don't want to make a big announcement yet, Robin.
Yeah.
But we will have a song parody contest. I'm 99% sure. Our second annual song parody contest. And I believe the K-Rock people are committed to going someplace better than California this year.
I hope. I got a lot of good ones.
I believe that we will be going somewhere tropical.
Oh, yeah.
Grenada.
That's all I'll say about it, but it looks like it's going to be awesome.
Howard, you know what I want? Can you play the new Connie Francis Christmas song?
You want to hear it again?
Yeah, my mother didn't hear it. She loves Connie Francis.
Well, is she listening now?
Yeah.
Where is she? Is she there?
Yeah, she's in the other room making cookies. She doesn't believe I'm on the phone.
It's okay. Here, I'll play it for her, but then I want her reaction to it.
You want her reaction to it?
Yeah.
You want to talk to her?
Yeah, sure.
Hold on. Howard Stern.
Who's this?
Hi, how are you, darling?
This is Howard Stern?
Yeah.
What did my son say? That I like Connie Francis?
Yeah, do you like Connie Francis?
Oh, God, no. She's not a singer. She's not an entertainer.
Oh, you don't like her?
No, not at all.
Oh, I thought you wanted to hear the Christmas song.
What Christmas song is that?
The Connie Francis Christmas song?
Oh, maybe I'd like to hear that.
Oh, all right. Hold on. We can play it for you.
Yeah, okay. You want...
Here we go. I know what you got to do. You got to turn up your radio.
Okay,
And I'll have to put you on hold.
Howard.
Yeah.
Listen, I was on David Letterman, too.
Why do they start one topic and then go to another topic? I'll never understand that.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's like, why don't you stick with the... You wanted me to do the Connie Francis routine.
All right, I'll wait.
All right, hold on. The whole time he's got the radio blaring in the background.
I know, so he can hear himself.
I'm the creature from outer space. I got a mean and ugly face. I'm the creature from outer space. I'm coming over to mess up your place. I'm gonna step on your carpet with my dirty feet. Rub mayonnaise all over your sheets. Take all your records out of their sleeves. Put all your forks where your knives should be. Now your best slippers to the floor. Take all the hinges out of your door. Yes, I'm the creature from outer space.
All right, there you go.
Now let's find out what her reaction to that was.
How'd you like that?
It sounds great. My mother's enjoying it. She's jumping up and down.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm not interested in talking to you. I'm interested in talking to your mother. You know, I know your mother.
You do?
She's the only woman I know to give mouth to lap resuscitation.
Merry Christmas. Howard, this is Ralph Cirella. How you doing?
How are you, man?
Listen, I was on David Letterman.
Hey, wait a second. I really want to speak to your mother. I know her. You know, her pantyhose has a pet door.
Howard, give it to her, because she says all the time how much she hates you.
Hey, she's been on her knees more than Billy Graham. I know her.
Very religious woman.
Very religious.
Religious.
Yeah. Do you want to talk to her again?
Sure I do, man.
All right, hold on.
This is embarrassing.
How'd you like that Connie Francis song?
That was really crazy. I didn't know that. I don't know. I don't listen to you all the time, but my son, you're his hero.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. I think I know you. Were you in the hospital for 4 months when a truck driver mistook you for the Holland Tunnel?
This is why you're so likable.
You're not the same woman who's been under more sheets than the KKK.
Oh, brother. Listen, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Howard, can I ask you a question?
Wait, I'm not sure if I know you or not. Aren't you the same woman who had to clap so often the doctors had to treat you for applause?
Oh, boy. You know, what is
Hey, wait a second. I'm not saying you're easy, but aren't you listed in the Yellow Pages as a public utility?
I'm just being a fool for you. Now, listen.
Doesn't Santa come to your house to get his cookies? What?
Do you ever have anything nice to say about anybody?
Sure I do. You're a lovely woman.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you'd see that. Okay, listen. I'm going to hang up now.
I thought
got rid of her.
I thought she had something to say. Let me speak to your mother. I don't want to speak to you, you dopey kid.
I'm not a dopey kid, man.
Get your mother back on. I think I know her. Isn't she?
You like her?
Yeah, you know, I think I remember it. I think your mother, I'm not saying your mother smells, but doesn't she wear order eaters in her pantyhose?
No, that's not her.
Isn't it your mother whose first words as a baby were shore sailor?
No, not her.
You sure?
You sure about that?
No, it's not. I'm sure. I'm positive.
No, you're not.
How about your mother?
I'm pretty sure your mother spent more time under men than bar stools.
Well, your mom's like train tracks. She's laid across the country. Howard,
I know your mother. Doesn't she have a coin-operated zipper on her jeans?
I'm not sure. I really wouldn't know. Would you?
I'm not saying your mother's loose, but she's been boarded more times than Amtrak.
Howard, man, like, what do you got to do? Like, read all these? There's so much silence in between.
No, I'm thinking of stuff.
Say these every week. Come on, you got to get some new ones. You got.
I know your mother.
Don't you have any good writers?
She's had more Marines land on her bed than on Iwo Jima. I didn't use that last week.
Yes, you did.
All right, you didn't use that one last week.
Doesn't your mother wear her mattress on her back and yell curb service?
There's a new one.
All right, Howard, don't you have anything else besides mother jokes?
Your mother.
What, you want me to talk about you?
Yeah, come on. Give it a shot. All right, you got to find one, right? Go through your notes or whatever here.
Make sure your mother doesn't sniff her armpits. I think that means she's trying to commit suicide. That didn't work.
No.
Give me a chance. Doesn't your father wear knee pads and yell curb service?
Way to switch it.
I'm sure if you had lived, you would have been a very sick man, sir. If you had a brain, if you had half a brain, you'd be a half-wit.
Really can't hear you too good.
I'm done with you. All right, anyway, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, seriously, I was on David Letterman. I was on longer than you, and I was just asking an audience question.
Okay, thank you.
And Dave told me to get on.
No, so you're going to do that thing soon with the song parody, right?
What song parody?
The
What's your name,
contest.
sir? We'll make sure not to pick you.
How many dates are you going to be at Club Benet?
4.
4?
Going to be there for 1 weekend.
What, so you going to 2 shows a night?
That's right.
He's a genius.
All right, nice talking to you, Howard.
Oh, yeah, what's 3 divided by 9?
I got to remember to put my shades on. Before I walk in the door, I got to put my shades on, Robin. Because the TV camera is
like get all his so I can puff. He doesn't seem to listen when I tell him that he's annoying me. I don't think he believes it. You know what I mean? And I even
I don't think Ralph can help.
hey man, what's the big deal? I'm just standing here. I'm not bothering anybody, but you're bothering somebody just standing there. All right, Ralph, you get your wish. Come in here and let me yell at you. Yeah, all you got to do is you walk in, you blow dry the hair, which is no problem. You do it quick. He's good at that. You do the makeup. You don't sit there and paint.
You know, I was kind of waiting to do something after.
I know you were, but forget that. It's not the time to do it. Read the signals. You saw me looking over at you as you were packing your stuff up, and you knew you were annoying me. You knew it.
I know.
Most people would take the vibe and walk out of the room.
I don't know that most people would, but Ralph especially ignores every signal.
Yeah, every signal. And I was like being subtle about it. Then all of a sudden, I got to, it's just, my mind is on Ralph and not on my reading. From now on, I want you have 10 exact minutes. Blow out the hair, put the makeup on, and get out.
I need a little bit more than 10, but.
Well, 10 is fine. You should be able to practice at it and see how fast you can do it. You know, like that guy who talks fast? What's his name?
John Machida.
John Machida. You should be the John Machida of hair blowing and makeup.
Yes.
And then get out of the room. Go hang out with Gorilla. Hang out with anyone you want. I don't care. Hang out with Rob. Let her get ready.
I was sitting there. I was trying to get something done today. You know.
I know you were. I know, Ralph.
That was a good idea.
Whatever you think is important for you to get done, it's more important for me to concentrate on my show.
You're absolutely.
Because without this show, you have no job. I have no job. Robin has no job. Fred has no job. And Jackie will be back in the whore clubs.
You mean he's the linchpin that could make this whole
Yeah,
trouble?
because I'm really getting annoyed with him.
Frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, and I know you're excited. It's a TV show, and like he wrote me a note yesterday. Thanks for making me a part of the show yesterday, dude. And then,
oh,
dude.
Dude,
you did
in a
say,
letter?
dude in a letter. Dude, I love you. You're a great guy.
In writing now?
Yeah, but you're an amazingly annoying human being, and you know you're doing it.
You love me.
It's a passive aggressive thing, and you got to get rid of those traits because you're working with me now.
Yeah, all right. Well, I
love you. You're a great guy.
I don't see it that way. I
There are
see
times that I have
things
time
that
for
I
you.
have to get done. Like I went in the office the other day to get my stuff because it was time for me to leave.
Here's another passive aggressive move of Ralph's. I have an assistant in my house, which he could 99% of the time tell her what he wants.
Yeah.
I don't like to go through other people.
So he calls her 100 times looking for me. She says, I'm not available, not available. Tell me.
He'll never leave a message.
No,
that's not true. Get her on the phone right now.
Then he
That's
waits
not
till
true.
7 or 8 o'clock to call my house when he knows the assistant is gone, and he just endlessly calls, dude,
you called
it's
me.
important.
You called me yesterday.
Yes, of course I called you.
I called you back. That's all.
No, yesterday was fine. You handled it fine yesterday.
Okay.
But this is the
See,
other.
I'm getting better.
This is the other 100
forget
times.
the other 100 times.
All right.
This is the new Ralph. The new professional.
Oh, boy.
There's a picture that just came in. You have made me and my berry very, very famous. And it's a picture of Ralph with his berry in his tooth. And a big berry on his face.
Who do we thank for that?
Yeah. There it is. Look at the tooth. Look at the tooth.
Tooth is very prominent.
There it is. You can see that on our TV show, the E! Network. There it is. I heard last night's TV show was real good. All right, Ralph, your excuse, please. You're passive-aggressive.
I'll try not to.
And passive-aggressive means real annoying, and I'm almost up to 99% on the passive-aggressive meter, which means I'm this close to, like, not knowing how to deal with you.
No, we'll work it out.
All right.
You know, this is
We're walk
like
in and get out of the room.
We got bugs to work out in the whole
No, there's
show,
no bugs
so.
to work out because really, Ralph, your whole life revolves around that 10 minutes of makeup, so you're into it, and, you know, his whole job for the whole day is that 10 minutes right in there.
Listen.
Dude,
when we started doing
now I'm going to dude you. Now I'm going to dude you.
Dude, in the beginning, Monday it took me maybe 25 minutes to a half an hour.
Why is that?
I got it down to like 15 minutes already, so I'm getting
Now
better
you're going to get it
and better
down to
every
10.
day.
Now here's what your goal is.
Down to 10.
10, so you're so not annoying that you become invaluable to me.
There's special days like your hair looks a little extra frizzy today, so I'm going to have to put some more junk in it.
Yeah,
there's things I got to do that you don't even realize. So
no, here's what Ralph's problem is. His whole day revolves around the 5:30 mark when he gets in and he has his 10 minutes alone with me, and it's important. It's his job to get me looking like I'm a human. You know, he fixes my hair up, gets some makeup on me. No, I don't wear a lot of makeup. I put a little what's it called? Base. I don't put eye makeup or anything like that on. Let me take these off because I don't like the way I look in them. So I must tell you that it's really a quick thing. I should just, glop it on a little and let me get out of there. And it's my one time to read the paper and see what's going on, what happened overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the guy's standing there, and he's, you know, and it's just this is his big thing. I mean, this is what he woke up for to do, and he's creating art.
It's kind of hard to get up at that time of the morning and know it's only a 10-minute shot.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand. For me, the shorter the job, the more valuable he becomes to me, and the more in value. You could ask my guys here, Jackie, Fred, Rob. I think they'll all tell you that I'm a loyal guy. People who work well with me, I love. And I will love you as soon as you learn how to work well with me, or else I got to get rid of you.
I'm getting quicker.
It's been happened a few times, but over the years, I've had to be disloyal to people and boot them the hell out of here because it just didn't work out. I got to be honest.
Don't get on that list, Ralph.
The show is the most important thing to me, Ralph, and the content of the show. Even if, let me tell you something. When I worked at NBC, I was about 50 pounds overweight. I looked like hell, but I was very successful. So my look, while I'd like to look nice, excuse me, yeah, I was on TV. While my look is important to me, I would like to look attractive on television. It is really not that crucial.
Right, I understand.
Okay, I'm not a pretty boy.
It's a sidebar.
It's a sidebar.
There we go.
And I mean very sidebar. The beauty on the show is Robin. I don't know. She's got that covered.
Not in that little nostril cam shot.
Get out of the room. Don't ever insult Robin's camera. Get out.
Too far.
Get out. Get out. You're no longer on TV. If you notice, they haven't been putting Ralph on TV lately. On the TV show, the 23 minutes that they pick, they've not been picking Ralph on purpose.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They're trying to work the show around Ralph?
Yeah, they're trying to cut around Ralph
They're
because...
picking a moment he's not there.
No, you know why? Because everyone knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And we want to discourage it.
I don't think that's true. I think I was on last night.
I want you to be invisible. No, last night you got on because I called you in for the broccoli and stuff.
Yeah, and another day to make fun. I mean...
Just get out of here. I don't want my first...
Counting up his minutes.
Again, I'm telling you, I don't want the first part of the show to revolve around you. I have things I want to talk about.
He's actually counting the minutes he's on TV.
And this is why I can never get to Letterman, or I want to talk about my appearance tonight on Letterman. I have thoughts that I'd like to share with you, discuss, Robin. I mean, I don't have time. I'm busy with being annoyed by, and you know me, whatever's on my mind.
That's what you have to talk about.
Right. And he annoys me.
And he makes sure he's on your mind.
Yeah, he does. He makes sure. What I need is one of the E people. Who is in charge of our E show here? Is it John Reiber?
I would imagine so for a little
Reiber?
while anyway.
Is it John Reiber or Reiber?
I would say Reiber.
All right. John's job now, I know John is watching me in the other room. Your job is to make sure that by 5:42, Ralph is out of my room. I don't care where he is in the process. Get him out. So Ralph will be here at 5:30.
You're giving him 12 minutes.
12 minutes. I'm being more than generous. And Ralph will be the highest paid individual in the country because for the $5 he gets, he only has to work 12 minutes.
If you expanded that to an hour, it would be what?
Right. Exactly. And so what's 12 minutes? Let's see. That's there's 60 minutes in an hour. That's $25 an hour he'd be getting.
All right.
Am I right?
Very good.
Right. That's a high rate. John, you can change your credit to producer/babysitter of Ralph.
Caretaker.
And build a trap door in my office so that at 5:42, if Ralph isn't done, he falls through the trap door. Pull the switch.
That would be good. If they could do that, I would say they're worth their salt.
You want to know when Ralph's doing a good job? When I walk in here and he's not on my mind. That's when he's doing a good job. So far, he's doing a miserable job.
Well, this is a double-edged sword for Ralph. In one sense, he would love to stay with you.
Yeah, but he won't stay with me
But in
if this
another sense,
continues.
he loves the airtime. What's he going to do?
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. If I have another week of this, I'm going to burst.
Ooh.
I'm going to burst.
We've only done this for 1 week.
Yeah, if I have another week, and I have no problem. People say to me, do you mind the camera being on yours? Absolutely not. In fact, I forget it's there if the
show and putting it on television. It's brilliant.
I noticed that he's here another week. I told you he'd be here forever.
He had fan mail from like Oklahoma and stuff. Because he's.
Where's that guy who wanted to meet him?
I don't know.
I've been waiting for him.
But Ralph is turning out to be one of the big stars. Him and Baba Booey are the two big stars. Although Fred is really coming to life too, because they were telling me they're getting a lot of mail. Fred, because every
people can't figure out, is he inhabitant from another world or what? You know what I was thinking? We should have dress-up day for the TV show once a week. And Fred, you should wear like a Superman costume or something weird. And I could wear like... Yeah, well, we could, you know.
What will Robin wear?
I don't know. We have dress-up day. Maybe we wear a tux one day. I don't know. We'll just have some fun with it.
He loves costumes.
I love costume. I'd love to tune in and see Fred in like a Mr. McSixaplex.
Well, you know, when we used to do the Channel 9 show, I
Yeah.
always loved those pictures of you guys in the Viking outfit.
Yeah.
All that
Ralph,
stuff.
once a week, bring me costumes.
Okay.
But a lot of stars are emerging on the TV show. Fred, Ralph getting mail from all over the country. I mean, it's outrageous.
Hate mail from all over the country. Yeah.
Some guys dig you. Some
Is that
homos.
true? He's very popular with. Well, maybe we need him for the men.
For the male audience. Or we could
Male
dress.
numbers.
We could dress as different TV shows. Like one week will be Gilligan's Island.
Here's an idea.
I could be Skipper, and you could be Mary Ann, or the what's the
Or
actor? Ginger. If you really want to go, I'll be Ginger. Yeah.
No, I'll be Ginger.
No, I'm Ginger.
I don't like that idea.
Why?
Because I think every show I'm going to end up being the monkey.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wear a monkey costume every week.
We'll do Doctari.
We'll be, yeah. Lost in space. I'm the monkey.
How about Tarzan? You're Jane. I'm Tarzan.
Sure.
Gary's
There's a
Cheetah.
monkey.
And Fred could be one of the natives.
He's
Star-
boy. He's boy.
Fred is boy.
Star Trek. I'm the monkey.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I dream of Genie. I'm the monkey.
Ralph, just get me 8 different simian outfits for Gary.
We
Plus, Ralph, you got to stop walking in every break. And is it getting to you too, Gary?
Well, the only reason why it gets to me a little bit is because I can't talk to you about producing the show because Ralph's telling you how to put your headphones
Yeah,
on
I know,
correctly.
but you know what it is? Every break yesterday, like for a day, he was good because I yelled at him for I have to yell a full day in order to get him to be good for one day.
For one day.
I didn't touch you.
You should be done. You should be gone. You can go home now.
I didn't touch you.
Go home.
I can't.
No, but you're in every break. Why can't you go home?
Because I've got to make sure you look okay.
I
before
look
leave.
fine.
How long is that going to take, Ralph?
Yeah, Ralph, how long? I mean, at what point do you go home? Go home. You're
I've got
done.
work to do.
You're done. You don't have work to do. This is one guy who, God bless him, he loves to be around me.
I told you he would never leave.
And you know what it is? It's it's boring out there in the hall. So like
Sure,
during
he
the
wants
break,
to be in
he
here.
finds a reason to come in. Sometimes I don't know. He walks over to Fred. He's powdering. Don't worry about Fred. Fred looks fine.
What's he going to do out in the hall?
Fred's got to be powdered.
Yeah,
He's on
no.
camera.
I
You
told
want
you
the
what.
show to
No.
look sloppy?
No, I want it to look sloppy. Okay?
No, you
I
don't.
want you out of here. When Fred goes to the bathroom, you can catch him in the hall. Don't come in here unless it's for me.
Okay.
Call Fred out if you need him.
That's right. Call Fred out of the room. I can't get work done in here. There's an environment that I've created where Fafa Fui comes in and tells me things during the commercial.
And
we have a
disturbing that.
discussion.
Fafa
Jackie
Fui.
talks to me, gives me ideas. Fred gives me ideas. Robin
I
comes
come in, I'm hitting him with the
and
door.
you're interfering with it. You're just distracting me.
I don't realize that.
You're distracting
I don't
me.
realize that because I'm not touching you.
So how many times you say you don't realize it? But we had this discussion 2 days ago, and you were fine for a day, and now you're back to
But I
being your
came
annoying
in and
self.
I came in and I didn't touch you, so I thought that was okay.
No, now you're going to stay out in the hall for the whole morning, and then you're going to get bored, and you're going to go home.
No, I'm going to sit in there and watch.
And
the
if you
the
find
show on the
something wrong with my
monitors
hair,
and see
tell
something
Scott
wrong.
Einziger, and Einziger will come in and tell me. He'll just say, Howard, put your headphones on properly.
Why can't I
know,
come in and tell you that?
Because I don't want you to.
Why?
Because you're annoying. You don't leave. You don't know how to be efficient. You
Come
don't.
on, man.
You are not
I've
busy.
got to do my job. Why are you keeping me from doing my job?
You've done your job. You blew my hair out in the morning. Again, I'm having the same discussion. Again, he doesn't get it. It's for my convenience. You're disturbing me. You're disturbing me. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now do you understand?
Yes.
I'm gonna describe your job to you right now. Yes. You can blow out my hair in the morning, you put the makeup on me, and then you're done. You're not in the studio anymore. If you watch on the monitors and you see that my hair doesn't look good, tell Gary and I'll fix it. Thank you.
How about if I have to put something in your hair, as I have to do every once in a while? I mean,
no, Ralph, yesterday you were in here every break.
No, I wasn't.
Ralph, we all watched you. Every minute you were in here. As soon as the microphones went off.
I touched you twice. I wrote it down. I don't.
Ralph, I
I'll
don't want to
find it.
devote more of the show to you. I love you. You're a great job. You do a real good job.
Can
I
I
don't
ask
want you
one
in here.
question?
Yeah.
Why does he have to see your hair on TV before he knows what it needs?
Because he
That's
watches
how
on
you do
camera.
it for
Sometimes the
Robin.
lighting gets a little funky. Maybe the hair looks a little dried out. Fine, I understand. But all he has to do is load it up. He basically knows what it looks like, and it's fine. Do it in the morning. Do a good job. Load in all your grease and everything else, and then leave.
You know it needs.
Ralph.
You need
Ralph.
touch up.
Ralph.
I don't know why. I don't.
Then I tell you what. We'll make one time during the show that you can come in. You can come in at 8 o'clock and do add grease if you want. That's
Okay.
it. Otherwise, I don't want to see you.
8 o'clock.
You know what, Howard? Can I just jump in? I don't know if this is what it sounds like when you and I argue.
No, he really doesn't listen. I mean,
You don't listen, but he really does.
I mean, Ralph will continue to annoy me to the point where I can't have him on the show anymore because he's distracting me. And I've had this discussion 100 times, and he doesn't believe it.
I thought he worked for you.
He does, but he doesn't listen. And I'm telling you, I don't want to see you in here.
Right.
I don't know. I got to do my radio show.
Tomorrow I'll have it all. Well, today and tomorrow I'll have it all worked.
No. As of today, you have it all worked out.
Right.
Goodbye. We won't be seeing you for the rest of the program. Goodbye. You're a douche. All right, let me take a break, and then we'll be back.
We'll regroup.
I'll get to the phone calls right after these words.
Oh, now I feel good.
What can I do for you? You're on the air in El Paso, Texas.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yes, it is.
What can I do for you?
I got a question for you. You know, you were reading the letters that you got, right? And they're saying about Colin Roberts, all these names and stuff. But how can they be a fan of yours when they know, you wouldn't tolerate something like that? Yet, they'll say something.
I give up on the phones. Used to be fun. It's just so many dopes. I can see why people screen phone calls. I'm going to have to go to that. Gary, screen phone calls. In fact, you screen, I'll listen in.
Where's Ian been lately? We haven't heard from him, have we?
No, he's kept his mouth shut. I think I shut him up finally.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonder what you did.
Ian the drunk. I think I told him off. That's what I did. You're on the air. Can't even get anyone to screen my calls.
Do you want me to screen the calls, or would you like to screen them together?
Yeah, I'll go and listen in while you screen.
Okay, let's start on New York line 1. I'll be there in a second.
Okay. He goes fa-fa-foo, doing what he does best. Screening.
Funky.
I love the way he dresses in the summer.
Yeah.
Retard.
Can you dress more professionally?
Hey now!
Hi, what would you like to talk to Howard about?
Hey, Gary, can't you dress more professionally?
This is pretty good for the summer.
I don't know, man. Your shorts are really disgusting. If I am rock and roll and loose, that means everyone has to dress like me.
Okay, let's go to New York line 5.
Idiots all call this show.
Hi, what would you like to talk to Howard about?
I'd like to talk to him about his new Eat Network.
What about it?
I like the format.
Isn't everyone else?
Tell him to get off the speakerphone.
Yeah, get off the
Why makes
speakerphone.
everyone?
You got a better phone?
You work
Can you,
government
well,
office.
you know what it
Forget
doesn't
it,
matter.
forget it.
Let's go to New Orleans.
Let's go to shit.
New Orleans.
Jar Jar Gerbil.
Hi, what would you like to talk to Howard about?
I'd like to know when Richard Simmons is going to come back on the show again. I really...
All right, I'll address that. Probably never.
Why?
Okay, here's what's going on. Richard Simmons used to come on the show, and we used to have a good time with the guy and goof on him and stuff. And he was a good sport about it. And then I got him on the Letterman show. All the talk shows didn't want him anymore. He was all washed up because they couldn't figure out what to do with him. Now Letterman just does everything I do with him, and he'd rather have the TV exposure.
Yeah, well,
But he says it's because I go too far. But I don't go too far.
No, you don't.
You know what,
I
Howard?
see him on all
No,
these other shows, and everybody's stealing your bits, and then they're doing it on him.
Yeah, of course. But my wife ran into him at the Barbra Streisand concert the other night.
I heard he was there. I didn't know they had run into each other.
He was in the front row, and Allison went up and said, "Hi, Richard." And he went, "Hi, Allison." And Allison said, "By the way, my girls really miss you." And Ashley, Richard named my daughter Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and she said, "Oh, Ashley has never met you." And Richard started crying and started weeping. My wife said it got really weird. So he just sat there and cried. And he was dressed as Barbara.
Stop it. What are you talking about? Was he in a dress?
He was in a dress and that Barbra Streisand hair.
Like the funny girl look?
Funny girl look. Early 70s.
So Richard will never be back?
You know who's really?
Oh, so anyway, so my wife saw him, and Richard was like, "Oh, I miss everyone." Ooh. But Richard's like, I don't know what his story is. I guess he thought we went too far with the gay stuff.
He's so mad.
That's what I think. Isn't that why he's mad? Because of the spanking?
Well, he's so mad at us. Like, he makes like 100 phone calls a day.
Yeah.
Right? And he calls all these different people. He used to call my mom like once every 3 weeks. My mom was heartbroken because ever since he got mad at us, he doesn't even call her anymore.
Well, you don't just cut off everybody because you're mad at us. This is a cruel man.
I tell your mom to get a grip on life.
Well, she used to enjoy the phone call.
Oh, please.
She's not
Let her
fat,
get
by the
real.
way.
I know she's not.
She just digs a phone call.
I think
It was exciting for her.
Oh boy.
I'm sure that was exciting for her, Howard. You don't think that
Please.
she
You
gets
to be
a
annoyed by Richard Simmons in
call
your
every
house.
day from a celebrity?
Tell your mom to get a. I'm so annoyed when a celebrity calls my house.
But you are a celebrity. You've got Tony Katane and Stacey Galena throwing themselves at you. By Stacey Galena's on Best of giving you a massage.
Is that right?
And then Allison calls up and ruins it.
Oh, that's a classic. That's in my book. That's a classic moment.
But you have people throwing themselves at you.
I know. I got to get laid.
You're the only guy. You turned down like dinner invitations from Chuck Norris. Like he came over once, but I mean, everybody wants to come and hang out with you. My mom doesn't have any.
But let me tell you something. The reality of now having that in my life, where I could meet when I go to dinner with these people, it's boring.
But other people find it exciting because they don't get to be in the fast lane like you do.
Hi, Gary's mother. What does he talk to her about?
He just chats with her.
He's just annoying.
And then she has conversation with her friends for a week.
My mom.
He doesn't care about your mother. Don't you get that?
My
Tell
mom
your
is
mother to get it.
She's a star of the beauty parlor when he calls.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And I wrote him twice. I called him about 6 times.
Why are you busy writing him?
Well, because I actually like the guy.
I like him
and
too,
I'd like
but
to get
so
him back
what?
on the show. But I've even
Don't beg the guy to be on the show.
I've even called and written him, not show related, saying, hey,
You know when he'll be back on the show? When Letterman dumps him. Letterman seems to be getting tired of that whole "I hate Richard Simmons" thing because all he does is abuse Richard. He doesn't. They don't even have a friendship or. There's nothing.
There's nothing loving about it.
No. When I used to have Richard on, it was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of. I think he knew I cared.
It was good-hearted ribbing.
Yeah. But Letterman has just adopted the whole bit. He didn't know what to do with
But
Richard
he's
Simmons.
just bashing him because they have no relationship that is based on anything.
Let me go to Ralph Cirella. Ralph, you're on the round table.
Hey now.
Hey now.
He absolutely comes in before his show because when he used to be out for like 3 days and he'd have like a show on the weekend, he'd come in that Thursday before.
Yeah, the one day right before the gig, he would come in and promo it.
Always managed to pull it together to promote. But, it was interesting. About like 3 weeks ago, I don't know, I was just listening to the show and I had heard the whole show and just every segment was great. Sal and Richard's calls were great. The talk was great. The news was great. And it just dawned on me that Artie wasn't there. It wasn't, I was so not missing him. And I said to Howard, I said, the show has never sounded better. And I don't think it's because Artie was bad on the show. It's just, he became such a distraction and just exhausting. I think everybody there just got to the point and they're just exhausted with the drama. I'm not tuning in for the Artie Lang show. I'm tuning in for Howard Stern's show and his stream of consciousness. And Artie would just derail that, towards the end there. In the last few years, 2 or 3 years, it's just been that first couple of years at Sirius, Artie was great. He was comfortable. He'd just drop in a line or two, but I don't need that much for and he'd gear up. And
you know what? Before we go, because they're telling me I have to go to break too, but before we go to that extreme, I agree with you. This week, the show was amazing. I wasn't missing Artie today, but other weeks I have been missing Artie. So, I mean, I think it's both there. I think the show just did an exceptional job these past couple weeks.
Pull tape. Listen to the news from this last month or so. Listen to the news 6 months ago when Howard can't wait to get the fuck out of there. Rather than anything else. Now it's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Howard's talking to Robin's stories, not just her.
His mother, doing his mother today. That was classic.
Oh, are you kidding me? He's telling his therapist he needs
that.
to get out sooner, but he can't. Ralph, sorry to cut you off, but they're telling me I got to go break. When I come back, I got a guy that wants to talk to us about how Howard was tweeting today. There's a dude on here that wants to say that Mutt drives him crazy. I want to get to you guys. 888 Stern 101. We'll be right back.
What is it? What is your name? KC.
Hey, during the commercial, you were doing this commercial for this. It was some. Yeah, John was telling racist jokes.
Oh, and by the way, we brought John the Stutterer out here.
Howard, let me preface by saying I am in no way a racist.
So you do this for one reason.
You know what? If you are a racist, I understand it. You're the only person allowed on this planet to be a racist.
I am extremely liberal politically, and Jackie has told racially tinged.
Give him them. Yes.
Okay. All I said was when you were doing the commercial. Should I say it, Case?
Yes.
Okay. When you were doing the commercial for the monkey thing. I see.
It's a monkey. It's a beautiful stuffed monkey.
Yeah, and what I said,
yes,
and what I told Case was it resembles Spike Lee. That's all.
Oh,
That's your racist joke?
Yeah, see,
That's not a joke.
See, but I know that you guys, especially Robin, despise Spike Lee, and I also despise him. He's a little bug-eyed peanut chimp. Oh, no.
Oh, that's
Sorry
not
about
right.
that.
That's not right.
No,
That's not right.
No,
You know, Howard
I am in no way a racist, Howard.
No.
I'm not a racist.
You just called a black guy a chimp. You don't stutter either.
Just proved it. Howard, political correctness has run wild.
Not out of your mouth. Everything's running wild out of your mouth, but not that.
Bill Maher has a show called Politically Incorrect.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
But he doesn't call people chimps.
Yeah.
You know what? I did think of it. The other day, they got on Bill Maher's case for calling, comparing retarded children to dogs.
Well, yeah, see.
But the show is called Politically Incorrect.
Yeah, well, forget that.
See, well, I think that was wrong, though, because retarded people are helpless victims, but Spike Lee is an arrogant black racist.
Yeah, he doesn't know his place.
Hey, Howard, there you go. What is it,
He's a
Casey?
follower of Farrakhan.
Howard, in between John's racial slurs, he was telling me that he really hates Ralph too.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
know
keeps
that.
going on with this
What is
Ralph.
your obsession with Ralph? What did he do? Where, by the way, where are you staying in Los Angeles? Are you at the hotel with us?
No, I wish I were. No, I'm staying way across town at a place called the Crown Plaza, and it's a very nice place. But Casey can vouch for me. I waited about 5 hours today to get checked in. There's a bunch of foreigners.
I can't imagine people treat you badly.
There's foreigners
checking them in.
And the cab driver who drove me from 15 miles away, I spent $33 for a cab, and it was this foreigner who could barely speak English.
Did you talk to him at all?
No. See. My speech may not be fluent,
Right.
but I am a very articulate, intelligent guy.
Yes.
I am.
Yes. Well,
And so is that
See, Gary
foreign
can
cab
attest to that,
driver.
right?
yeah. Well, so when you speak to him, did he think something was wrong with you?
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course he did. Yeah.
What is your problem with Ralph? What did he do to you?
Well, I want to reiterate that you are a burry-faced, big nose, snaggle-tooth, lisping douchebag bisexual, and people call KC gay. You're gay. Straight guys don't dress like women, and they don't. And,
He stopped stuttering.
and best friends aren't transvestites and transsexuals. Look.
Douchebag. I think you got me confused with
Douchebag.
somebody.
No, douchebag. You're the guy.
What did he do to you? He did nothing.
You're
Right?
the
He's
guy who hangs out with transvestites and transsexuals. They are your best friend. Perfidia, Fabian. Who's the other guy? Straight guys
Dude,
don't.
this guy's in love with me.
Straight guys don't hang out with freaks like that, right, Kate? Right, Casey? Perfidia or
Why are they freaks?
Or Patricia
Why are they
of
freaks?
Fields.
Why are they
They're
freaks?
freaks.
Wait, you're mad? You're mad? Wait a second. You're
They're
mad at
freaks
Ralph?
like you.
Wait.
They're
Why are
freaks.
they
Wait,
freaks?
you're
They're
mad at
freaks
Ralph?
like-
Stop in the
they're freaks
trumpet.
John.
like you douchebag.
John, you're mad at.
John
And-
fucking Howard.
You're mad at.
And you are a blood-sucking leech who uses Howard.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Are you mad? Are you?
If I'm friends with all these weirdos and faggots, Howard and I are good friends, so how do you explain that, stupid?
Shut up, douchebag.
Oh, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. I thought you were so articulate.
Homo, douchebag.
Wait a minute,
douchebag.
John.
You,
What happened to your
you are
famous liberalism?
Why are you mad?
Shut up, you racist.
You
You're
are
racist.
a furry-faced, big-nosed, snaggle-toothed list.
Why are you mad?
You ugly douchebag.
Why are you, John?
Douchebag.
John.
Look at him smiling.
Why are you,
Snaggle-toothed bastard.
John? Why are you mad? Why are you mad at a guy
why are you so upset with me?
Because
of
he's
gay?
a blood-sucking. Because he's a blood-sucking leech.
I think I actually felt sorry for Ralph last night at the Super Bowl party. He had to walk through the balcony, and everyone was yelling "faggot."
Yeah, faggot, faggot.
What is wrong with? Why would you? I think you're a liberal.
You homo. You homo.
Do you not like gay people, John?
No. No. I am.
You want to do some
pro-gay.
racist
I
gay
just
jokes?
can't stand him.
Oh.
That's all. All right, all right. We've had enough.
And listen, KC does not hang around with Perfidia, Fabian, and who's hanging around with Dana.
What?
And that time,
What?
And that time when
What?
Dana was on the show, he was sitting and rubbing her forearm, and you can watch the tape, Howard. Straight guys don't do that. Your friends are freaks, and you're a freak.
All right, I think we had enough. Thank you, Casey. You can sit him down. All right, that's it.
Okay. Dude, you're watching me a little too closely. You're watching me a little too closely. I think you're the homo, dude.
You homo. Why don't you go have sex with Dana? Go have sex with Dana.
All right, thank you,
Go
John.
have sex with your best friend, Dana.
You can't even keep the microphone away from
Dana.
Wow, you know a lot about Ralph.
You know an awful lot about me, dude.
Holy mackerel. He's not done with Ralph. All right.
Him unless
I didn't say hit,
Dude,
but
if you weren't retarded, I would get upset with you. But I'm giving you a pass.
F you, F you, you homo, you homo.
All right, John.
You
you're clear.
Dana, Perfidia, Patricia Fields. Straight guys do not hang out with freaks like that.
Dude, seriously, why? Oh, you're
F you,
weird.
F you, you big nose snaggletooth.
What fuels this, Howard? What fuels him? You must have done something.
What fucking makes you uses you, Howard?
Really? I don't feel very
And he's
used.
also an arrogant, conceited douchebag.
But can you?
And he criticizes girls.
Let Gary ask you a question.
He is an ugly douchebag.
Can you calm down for just a second? Because I do have a question because this is interesting.
Gary, go ahead.
Okay. Did anything? I like you. Did anything happen specifically between you and Ralph? Any sort of an incident where he
Does he look like someone that did something to you?
Well, no.
Or someone you like?
Well, no. Like. What did you say, fag? You faggot. You faggot.
Did you have somebody assault you?
Big nose douchebag. No, Howard.
Right.
Like 99.9% of your audience, I can't stand them. And why do those guys?
All right, I want you to calm down.
Retard.
I want you to calm down.
You dumb, inarticulate.
All right, calm him down. Take the microphone away. All right, okay.
Should I go get him like a drink of water?
Yeah, he needs a drink of water.
Howard, I swear, I didn't provoke it at all.
He's in a trip.
And he goes.
Well, Ralph, he clearly.
I swear.
I don't want him near me because I'll hit him.
What?
You douchebag.
I don't want.
All right. Let's.
You retard. Bye, retard.
I'm not going anywhere.
Bye, retard. Douchebag. You big nose queer. You ugly big.
All right.
And
It's
go
time to
have
stutter
sex
thinking.
with Dana. He's sitting there rubbing her arm. Straight guys don't do that.
You know what?
Come on.
Hey,
That's
douchebag.
gay.
Straight
That's
guys
gay.
don't sit and watch other guys
That's
like you.
gay,
You watch me
douchebag.
so
You
closely.
You retard.
All right. Obviously, this has gone horribly.
You are so in love with me, you little fag.
All right. There might be something going on.
You want me to kiss you, don't you? You want me to kiss you, don't you, you big fag? I'm not gonna, though.
John's gonna go get a drink of water.
All right, Ralph. Why don't you go relax?
Yeah, go to the other side of the building.
Go get him a drink of water. Clearly, you're upset. Get him a glass of water.
Oh my goodness, they walked.
All right, that's a wrap for the stream, guys. Make sure you hit that notification button so you'll get notified the very next time I go live, which will be probably soon. I'm going to be live streaming the Ralph roast pretty soon, maybe in a little bit. We'll see. Make sure you're there, all right? See you guys soon. Stay beautiful.